Oh, alrighty. Welcome. Welcome. Alright. First thing I'm gonna start with is welcome to everyone who's here. Let me check the chat. Okay. What's up, Dan? Haven't seen you in a while. Actually, I did watch a little bit of the Full Aussie bit when you're on there. Enjoy looking at that sometimes. Kravos, what's up? How you doing? Rich? Massachusetts. Beautiful. Welcome, Gamatron. Okay, this is what I'm going to get into. Where have I been? What's been going on? And what the fuck is happening? And now this isn't going to be a jovial time. This one, obviously, with all the shit that's going on and what's been happening. But we'll get to that. Lucy, hello, how you doing? Thank you everyone for coming. Greek is satanic. I mean, so's another yeah, so's another language. Been quite a while, yeah. Okay. Dancing, you're into me. How you going? How you going? How is everyone? 16 people. Thank you. Thanks for being here because it's not about really me. It's about what the fuck I'm going to talk about. And okay, we'll start off. Where have I been? All right, so it was I did that last video a while ago now. And things just got for me, things just got to, when I get stuck in routines, I kind of not lose interest, but it's kind of, I get stuck in routines and it just fucks me up a bit. And then my birthday was coming up. So that was in March. So I had my birthday. I went away for a couple of weeks and then I got sick. So this is the first time I've actually been able to sit here and talk properly because I was sick for a bit. And then not the last Lady Babylon episode, but the one before that when he was going off absolutely on Israel and everything that's happening. I'm like, bro, it just fucking lit me up again. And I'm like, I can't sit here doing fucking nothing while all this shit is happening around us. Because I talk to people like out in the real world, I'm gonna say real world, and I'm like, what fucking world are we living in? People are willing to. Okay, what happens is I show people the text out in the real world. I show people the text. They're Christians. I show them the text, and then what's their response? Oh, are you an atheist? Like, no. It's like just because I'm showing you what your book says to your face. I'm just saying, here's what it says, and here's what the English says. They're not the same. They're not the fucking same, okay? How are you gonna, I don't know, put that into your worldview? And they can't. They go, I don't believe it. I literally had someone tell me, I don't believe the original over the English. And I'm like, how? I guess, see, these are young kids though. These are like 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old kids that are like, I see it all the time. They're wearing the crosses, everything. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're going to stand there and wear a crucifix, then you should be able to talk about what you're fucking wearing because it should mean something to you, right? If you're going to stand outside in public and wear a crucifix, I should be able to ask you and about your religion and what you follow and pull your text up in front of you. And then when I do it, they run away because they can't handle it. They go, I don't want to believe it. I'm like, oh, well, too bad because look what all these fucking religions are doing, and they have been for years. And I've been doing this since I was like 17. Like when I was in high school, I was sitting in Catholic studies class, and then I was sitting there drawing an image of the whole universe. I'm like, here's what the universe is. What's outside the universe? That's where my mind was when I was 17. Like, what the fuck is going on and what's outside of everything? But these days, kids who've gone to Catholic schools like me, I don't understand. Like, you want to talk about your religion, you're fucking sitting there going, Jesus this, Jesus that. I'm like, yeah, well, did you know he was arrested with a naked boy slave? And they go, oh, I don't want to believe that. Oh, I don't, what? They lose it. They lose it mentally. They can't fathom it. They just, oh, I don't want to think about it. It's easier, as Armin said, it's easier to ignore. It is easier to ignore these things for these people who can't handle it. And at least there was one person I talked to who was a Christian, and I said, here's the quote, Mark 14:51, 52. To her credit, she brought up the passage and read it. And then she was like, but hey, at least one out of, but she was a bit older. She wasn't a teenager. So I'm like, okay, see, maybe it's the teens that just they haven't developed that brain yet because it happens at 25. You get that frontal cortex fully formed. But that's what I've been dealing with, trying to bring the reality to people, and they're just like, I don't want to deal with that shit. It's like, well, stop wearing a crucifix, bro, because I don't want to fucking see that shit. Because basically, it's one of the reasons why we're in the fucking mess we are today. Like, when I was like in my 20s, I was reading Hitchens books, watching Hitchens videos, just fucking destroying religious stuff with arguments. I'm like, I wish back then Hitchens would have had the fucking Mark 14:51-52 and been like, here's what it says in the Greek, and we would have been doing this years and years ago. And but whatever, that would have been the best to fucking see. But so I've been doing this for a long time. I was at the Atheist Convention in 2012 in Melbourne, and back then we were being protested outside the convention by one type of religion. Let's say the most recent monotheistic one, the one that's being flooded in all the Western countries. These people were protesting us. And the signs, you can imagine what the signs were saying. People should be executed for this and this and not believing what we do. And I'm like, okay, so that gets to where I'm taking this conversation today. The government wants to say hate speech. They want to bring in new hate speech laws to ban speech that is racial. I'm like, hang on a minute. This is the dissonance. Okay. Judaism, I don't count as a religion, as a ethnicity. When you read the text, I'm just taking the text. What does the text say? Is it used to be a political ideology? Yes. They use it to run a country, Israel. Okay? That's it. Political ideology over the religion. Okay? Islam, is that a political ideology? Yes, because there are countries that are run by that religion. So it's a political philosophy ideology. We can even have a look at that. It says it's a political ideology. Okay? So it's not about race. This is the fucking whole thing about, it's not race. It's not racist. It's not anti-Semitism. And it's not Islamophobic. It's not all this shit. Okay? Hitch said this years and years ago. Look out, because they're going to say Islamophobia is going to come and they're going to fucking destroy the West. And everyone's like, oh, that's not going to happen. It's like late 2000s, early 2010s. There's no way it's going to happen. Well, look where the fuck we are now. The UK, I read a report that said the UK will be in a civil war within 5 years. I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, I can see that. And then you look at, I'm going to bring it all up. You look at what's happening. The Home Office is now finally admitting that the grooming gangs, the rape gangs from these Middle Eastern and African Muslim countries and Muslim people are doing all this. Like, they're finally admitting it. When Tommy Robinson, yeah, you can say whatever, he supports Israel, whatever. But he's been bringing this up in England, in the UK, for fucking, a decade? More? Like, a long fucking time. So we're finally here. We're at the point where it's coming to a head. And I can't sit here while all this is happening and just listen to people say, oh, just go outside, look at this, don't worry about this, it's not good. I'm like, hang on. I've got stories I could show you right now. One story in my city where there was I don't know if he was, I'll have a look. He was Muslim, and him and someone else were, gang something, a girl, and then a woman came and then he held a knife to her, and then a guy came to help them and they held a gun to him. It's like, okay, well, we're at it now. Like, what are we doing? And then you've got Lakemba is full. The streets are lined full for Muslim prayer. I'm like, can we not see? Can we not see what's happening? And it's like, shush, Islamophobia, don't say anything. Like, what do you think is going to happen when you import these people, like, en masse? Okay, I'll read some chat. Okay. Your parents, they aren't bad people. They don't think about, okay. It's not about the people. It's about what does the text say and how do they apply it to today. I'm not talking about 800 BC or whatever time, years and years ago. I'm talking about how do you read the text, which it says we need to strike the necks of the unbelievers. We need to kill these people. Okay, that's my whole point. If the government's going to say hate speech is against a racial group. And you've got Jewish and Islamic texts, I'm going to say Christianity too. If you've got Jewish and Islamic texts saying we're a superior race, we're going to have 2,800 Goy slaves when the Messiah comes. This is Judaism. We can rape and execute a 3-year-old girl because she's not Jewish. Are you fucking serious? And then you got Islam, which says we can kill people who don't believe what we do. Is this not fucking hate speech? The government should apply it across the board. No one in Islam thinks that. Well, Jesus fucking Christ, have you not looked at any Islamic country and their laws? Like, you can look at Malaysia. I'm pretty sure they beat women in the fucking street. Like, I've seen videos of that. I've been looking at this and studying this since I was a kid, really, in my teens. All religions should be abolished, 100%. Well, all monotheistic, which calls for violence, rape, torture or abuse, murder, all of those that call for that, that is basically, because you're not part of what we are, that's fucking hate speech, isn't it? So where's the government on Islam and Judaism? Because I'm going to pull up Jewish texts, like Armin's done it before in his one. And all these people, you see how it's happening now, the great noticing? It's saying, oh, everyone's talking about Judaism and the Talmud. I'm like, oh, and these videos aren't getting struck down. I'm like, okay, well, let's pull it up and let's see what it says, because I'm trying to relate it to Australia right now, because I think we're right on that point right here before it tips. When you say there's no such thing as hate against races, it will result in a massacre. Well, I mean, what is Israel doing right now? What is Israel doing right now? They believe they're superior. They're the chosen people. They're going in and doing Nazi shit. They're gunning Lebensraum in Lebanon. They want Greater Israel. They got patches in their fucking arm that says Greater Israel. Like it's like half the Middle East. They're telling you what they're doing. And what are we doing about it? Australia, sit there. Australia's always been cucks to fuck in the USA, whatever they want to do. So it's like, okay, let me start this. Let me start this bit by just bringing up the laws and showing you what it says and what I can say and what I can and can't say. Okay, because there are things that Armin said in his 2 streams ago that I wouldn't be able to get away with here. Okay, so let me pull this up and show you. Go away. Yes, that one. Okay, so this was brought in last year though. And now it says, so in New South Wales, it is now a crime to intentionally incite hatred against people because of their race. Okay, race. This isn't racial at all. This is just based on the Islamic, Christian, Jewish texts. That's all we're going to talk about is the Jewish text and what these Israelis and rabbis and Jews say themselves, and Islam. It's what they say themselves. It's not what I'm saying. I'm going to show all these texts. Okay. Yeah, all that. Create an alter ego. Yeah, you get away with that. So yeah, it's not about or ethno-religious facts. See how they want to link it to ethno-religious, so they try and get away with this shit. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. So this law applies if it's done in public. If you target a person by hatred or a reasonable member of a targeted group to fear, harassment, intimidation, violence. I'm not calling for harassment, intimidation, violence against anyone. I'm showing you that the religions that they're trying to protect are doing the exact same thing that they're trying to stop. So that is hypocrisy. 100 fucking percent. 100%. Like, but we know the politicians are all bought by Jewish lobbies, Islamophobia people. It's like ridiculous. Don't even start with another group that, you know, runs part of the world and a bunch of our other systems of government. You know, the word starts with a free and it ends with a Mason. You know, and you look at what text they follow. Oh, the Torah and the Talmud. Might as well just call them Jews. Honestly. So if it's done intentionally to stir up hate, no. So Hatred means strong dislike, hostility, rejection. Ooh, rejection. So if you reject this text, is that hate speech now? This is how fucked this law is. How does it affect my freedom of speech? This is it. This law is about stopping hate, not free speech. But then I'm going to show you a quote from our premier, which is the head of my state, saying we don't have free speech. So we're going to tell you what the fuck we're going to do to you. And that you can't do anything about it. Fucking hell. Okay. Not free speech on subjects like religion, politics, and government policies. Well, the E-Safety Commissioner might have something else to say about that. American. 100% with that one. I'm 100% with that. Yeah. We know what they're doing. We know what they're doing. Hey, I'm in the Greek text. Yeah, right on. I'll get to all these comments in a sec. I just want to show you this. How we can get around, not get around it, but the exemptions for it. If you get someone's race wrong, you can still be charged under... What are we doing? Penalties. Here we go. What's a penalty for getting someone's race wrong? $11,000 fine, or 2 years in prison, and a corporation can get $55,000 fine. You can face 2 years in prison for getting someone's race wrong by stirring up hatred. Holy fuck. And then how do you report the crime? Call triple... Oh my god. Okay. So this is what faith communities need to know. They're allowed to practice their religion, teach or discuss religious beliefs. Okay, that's part of what I'm doing. Quoting religious texts during sermons, lessons, or group discussions. That's basically what I'm doing now. But I'm not really part of a faith community, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, what if I disagree with someone's religious beliefs? This is it. Now, this is what I think this is what I put down in the description. So what if I disagree? It's not a crime to disagree with someone's religion. You can still talk about religious ideas, debate beliefs, quote religious texts. That's what we're doing. We're going to quote the text, and just the people who say
quote
exactly
religious
what the fuck's
texts.
going on.
Share your views in small or large groups. This law does not stop respectful discussions about religion.
It started playing the fucking thinger. Hang on. Go back. Shut up. I can hear it on my fucking... What the fuck? It's still fucking playing. Go. Oh, I might refresh the page. There we go. Okay. Mozza mode reads for you. I haven't seen you guys in ages, Mozza. Alright. So, quote religious text. That's what we're going to do. Share your views in small or large groups. Okay, so this is how we're going to go into this. This is how I can do this. This is how I'm allowed to do this. By quoting the text and sharing the views in large groups. But we're not... This does not stop respectful discussions. See, respectful. But the people who they're trying to protect with this law are not respectful of other people who aren't either Jewish or Muslim or Christian sometimes, but mostly Jewish and Muslim these days. However, it is a crime if you intentionally use those discussions to stir up hatred against someone or a group because of their race. Okay. Protects freedom of religion and people from racial hate. Okay, so that's how. How does it protect people? Based on race. Okay, we're not talking about race. We're talking about religion. And this is how they're fucking tying it into ethno-religious background. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck. It's a religion and it's just a fucking text. That's all we're doing. Stop. See, this is how we're getting pulled into tyranny. I wish I had the clip. Dan, you'd love this. You know, in Revenge of the Sith, this is how liberty dies with thunderous applause. This is exactly it. Well, it's not really thunderous applause, but you know, you get the point. They're doing it anyway to fuck us up. So this is the law. Ethno-religious identity is when a person's ethnic background and religion are strongly connected. That's why they're trying to say, see, Jewish is also an ethnicity and a religion. I'm like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about straight text. What does the text say? And we're going to have a look. And I'm like, does that constitute hate speech? Does it constitute what you're trying to protect here? Yes, it fucking does. So the result is what we should be doing based on my own state's laws is after we look at the text, ban Judaism for hate speech, ban Islam for hate speech, Christianity too, because it uses the Old Testament. That's basically partly hate speech. I'm like, okay, ban all 3 monotheistic religions and anyone else who does this. That's what? Ban them all based on the law. But they're not going to do that. But if they were consistent, they would. But you know, politicians, if they didn't have double standards, they'd have none, which is basically the same fucking thing. All right, so that's the law and the way we can talk about this stuff. All right, let me get to the chat because you guys, thank you so much for being here. Only 30 people. Thank you. Okay, where are we at? Tony Burke. Don't even fucking start me with Tony Burke. I got quotes on this too. He's bringing in ISIS brides. So women who went over with their partners, husbands, over to live in Syria and Iraq in ISIS while they were fighting for ISIS and dying against Australians and British and the US fighting ISIS. But they're bringing the women back. And those women, one of them actually got, I'll have a look, but I'm pretty sure she got caught for like searching up bomb making materials. And I'm like, but the government's response was, oh, we can't stop them legally. I'm like, what are you talking about? How do you fight against a terrorist organization and then say you can't stop women coming back in when they're bringing in that same terrorist ideology? We're living in a fucking upside down world. Upside fucking down. It's April Fool's every fucking day, honestly. That's how I feel. Noticing is just... Yeah. Let me pull up. Albanese, don't even start me, he's a little communist. Fuck. Change and be better for the world. Like, there's a quote from him talking about everyone's saying, hey, these Islamic extremists are creating havoc for this fucking country and all around other Western nations. And he comes out and he says, oh, back in the 80s when I was at university, there was a white supremacist guy who was a terrorist. I'm like, oh, fuck. That's your response. Okay, see, I think we're like maybe 10, 15 years behind the UK where they're at now. But I think it's going to ramp up real fucking quick because if you have what we saw at Lakemba during Ramadan, all over the country, or like in more, and we see more people getting attacked and more people getting abused and more stories about rapes on children and women by these asylum seekers or I don't care what they are. They're coming from a culture. There was a Pakistani guy, I'm pretty sure, said, and I think this was in the UK. He said, it's not grape, it's just sex. Because that's the culture they come from. That's what they're saying. They're allowed to because that's their culture. We saw this years ago. Do you remember? Oh, fuck. Was it like... It was in Germany and it was around New Year's Eve. And they tried to cover it up, but there was video of a whole bunch of... Like, I think they were just from another country. Like, they were African migrants or something. There was heaps of numbers of them, and they were all harassing women in Germany. And there was a video that came out about that. And I'm like, oh, fuck. That was years and years ago. What did they do? Oh, what did we fucking see? Angela Merkel, who used to be the Chancellor of Germany, she said, we brought all these, I'll call them terrorists. We brought all these terrorists in, but we brought all these, what do you call them? Fucking boat people. We brought them all in so we can stop the far right. That's what she said. I'm like, oh, at least they're fucking telling the truth now. They've been lying to us for years and years, but now we finally get to the truth. They brought all these people in so they can stop the far right. And now they're calling it far right to call this out? Bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. I'm showing you hypocrisy. Go fuck yourselves. I mean, some would have been, yeah, I'm reading some comments. YouTube. Thank you for being here. This is the discussion that needs to be had. Fucking has to. And I'm going to show them. You know, I saw Chris Minns once, and I was going to say something to him, but it was in a public place, and I was like, I really wanted to. But he wouldn't do shit anyway. He'd just keep doing what he's fucking doing because he's getting paid by all these people to do it. Yeah, they can pretend it's something else. They just think it's not grape. It's just, that's how I've been brought up. Yeah. There is no excuse. However, they're allowed to do it in their religion, in their text. All right, let me bring up some fucking text. Let me just bring up some fucking text because I'm fucking sick of this. This is the, I think this is the one this is the big one. Criminal just like that. Yeah, criminal. Yeah, I'll get to my solution. I'll get to my solution for this later, but let me actually keep that one. And I'll bring up the other one. No, I want my screen. Okay, here we go. Here we go, Talmud. This is Jewish law, okay? This is Jewish law written, I think the Talmud was discussed and written. There's there's two different ones. It was from around 2nd, 3rd to like 6th, 7th AD, I'm pretty sure. Let's just read and you tell me if this is hate speech or putting yourself above someone else, all right? If, by contrast, a Jewish male enters into relations with a Gentile woman, so non-Jew, when he does so intentionally, she should be executed. She is executed because she caused a Jew to be involved in an unseemly transgression, as is the law with regard to an animal. This applies regardless of whether the Gentile woman was a minor of 3 years of age or an adult, whether she was single or married. Okay, couple of things in here. More than a couple. Fuck you, number one. Fuck you, number one. This is disgusting, and this should be banned. Okay, here's a new rule. If I or anyone else were gonna create a political ideology or a religion tomorrow, and we made this, how many of you do you think would the government let me or anyone else create their new religion based on this? How many of you do you think we would be able to get away with this if we wrote a new religion and made this, but it's not about being Jewish, it's about whatever you want to say it is? There's no fucking way. And that's what I want to say to these politicians. Okay, if this was any other ideology, would you ban it? And if they say yes, you're a fucking hypocrite. And if you show them this, take it to all your fucking politicians. If you say this to them, and okay, this is Jewish law, do you think this should be banned? You know they're going to say no, and they're not even going to want to look at it. But if you're consistent, you would say, yes, this should be banned because this is fucking disgusting and we can't have this. This is putting a racial or ethnic group above other people. This is religious hate. And it's coming from Judaism. It says it right here. When he does so intentionally. So if he accidentally raped a woman, this is what they're talking about. This is fucked up. She should be executed. Do you see this? And they're comparing women, children as well, to animals down here. If you're telling me this isn't fucking hate speech and inciting hatred against someone else's identity, you're fucking insane and you're lying. And you're just bending over to the Jewish lobby. For what? For what? Money? It can't be just money. It's got to be fucking blackmail. It's got to be money and blackmail. Has to be. There's no fucking way you can get away with this. If any of us did this or anyone else created a religion and did this, there's no way you get away with it. No fucking way. 3 fucking years of age. We're talking about fucking toddlers, but like close to babies, man. 3 years of age. Okay? And then what do we see? I could bring up a CBS article. I could bring it up. There's a CBS article that talks about. I want to quote it properly. I should bring up a media and I'll quote it directly because I don't want to fuck up a quote. Here we go. How Jewish American pedophiles hide from justice in Israel. Like, come on, man. Now we understand. We've just read that. That's Jewish law. And then this is what the mainstream news is saying. How Jewish, okay? Pedophiles hide from justice in Israel. Israel should not exist because it is a pedophile safe haven. If you care about justice, you care about nemesis, you care about children, if you were up in arms about Epstein and you don't give a fuck about this, get the fuck out of my country. That's all I care about. So that's my solution. If you follow this and you want to follow this, you go live in Israel. I'm happy. Fuck off. Just get out of my country. Anyone who wants to follow the Torah, the Talmud, any of this stuff, and is actually acting on this, go to Israel, stay there for the rest of your lives. I don't want you back. Honestly. How is that unreasonable? How is that unreasonable? Saying, I don't want pedophiles in my fucking country. I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you're Jewish. I don't care if you're Muslim, Christian, not atheist. I don't give a fuck. All of them, gone. But we know why that's not going to happen, because they're running the fucking world. We saw the Epstein files just showed that. They're running our fucking world. And people are sitting there going, oh, yeah, well, the footy's on, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fine. We can watch the footy, you can enjoy it, but don't let it rule your fucking weekend and your life. Because what did they do? Oh, now we're going to start a war with Iran because of Israel, which I'm going to show you what Marco Rubio fucking said on the first day of the bombing, when he said, oh, we're going to do it because Israel was going to anyway. And then the next fucking day, he lied to everyone and said, I never said that. And he said to the same person who asked him the question, were you there? And he goes, yeah, I asked you the question, you fucking cunt. It's like, we're being ruled by liars, gaslighters, when the evidence is right here. Anyway, that's one little thing on that. I can bring up, I'm going to bring up more text, because that's what we can do. We're allowed to bring up text and talk about this. Wonderful to see you too. Thank you. I've been here and there. I had to go away for a bit because it was my birthday, and I had to. I went away for a bit for my birthday, and then I came back and I was sick for a couple of weeks. So I finally I've seen everything that's going on, and I'm like, I can't sit there. I can't sit here and not fucking do anything because it's doing my head in. So this is all for you. And also all for anyone who in the future is going to see this and be like, oh, what was happening back in like 2026 when all hell was breaking loose? I'm like, yeah, well, here's the text. Here's what it says, and here's the people who are controlling us. This is Israel. This is Judaism. And now they're taking over Lebanon. And now we know they want to take over half of fucking the Middle East too. Exactly. And that should mean that you get banned because it's hate speech against a certain group, which is an ethnic group, which is not your ethno-religious group. So literally, hypocrisy. That's the world we're living in. And I do have an idea. Oh, what's up, Dan? How you doing? I do have an idea. Yeah, everyone who wants to follow this shit, I don't care what you are. All Jews back to Israel if you want to follow this stuff. If you don't want to follow the law and you actually believe this is okay. All Jews back to Israel. Isn't that what they want anyway? They want this holy land they want this holy war. When their Messiah comes back, everyone gets called back to Israel. Isn't that what their idea is anyway? So I'm all for that. Go live there. Please. But just, you're not coming back. If you support this, you're not coming back. Every Muslim too who wants this stuff, because it's still in their text, and then you can, like, I can bring up a CNN. Everyone saw this. There's a CNN fucking clip where this, like, I don't know, she's 5 or 6, and she's like getting married to a 50-something-year-old in like Afghanistan. I'm like, yeah, this has been happening for decades. Now everyone's waking up to it. Why? Because I don't know, something happened in 2020, and I think it backfired on the controlling class, because they were like, yeah, we're going to take them over, and then we're going to try and kill half of them with the fucking vaccine. I'm going off fucking reservation now. I don't give a fuck anymore. Try and kill most of these with the vaccine. Didn't work. Well, a lot of people died, but didn't work. Also with the engineered fucking virus. Didn't work. And then COVID, the way COVID, like Melbourne, Victoria, down in the bottom state in my country, was like I think they said was like the worst lockdown laws in the world. And I used to stream with a guy who lives down there, and he was going off every fucking weekend, going, "This is disgusting. We can't even leave our houses," and it was for months and months and months. And it's like, fuck me, what the hell is going on? So Victoria was like the most locked down state in the world at some point during COVID. And it's like, well, they tried it, and now I saw that they're gonna try it again with maybe they're gonna try it again with it's not gas, it's petrol, but gas prices and all this shit now. They're gonna have gas lockdowns because we don't have any fucking petrol because Trump is covering for the Epstein files, which they didn't even release. Like, apparently there was like, they released 2% of them. I read something. They're like, there's only 2%. There could be terabytes and terabytes and terabytes out there. And then they just fired Pam Bondi, the attorney general and fucking bitch, who said, we're moving on from Epstein. I'm like, the fuck we are? And then how did they get us to move on from Epstein? Let's, I'm doing it. I didn't mean to, I just did it. So it's like, Israel, I'll try and pull it up. I'll bring up the post because I just retweeted all the videos. I'm like, here. So Rubio says, we went in there because Israel was going to go there anyway. And then we knew that Iran was going to retaliate against us. I'm like, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. The dumbest thing I've ever heard. If Israel attacked Iran first, Trump could have gone on the phone and said, hey, Iran, this is all Israel. We have nothing to fucking do with it. Done. And then what would we be seeing? We would be seeing Israel and Iran go at it on their own. Because what did they do now? The US is sending in fucking troops. And then US is like, hey, Israel, do you want to help us out? Yeah, nah, bro, we're sitting in our bunkers. Go fuck yourself. It's like, what? This makes the USA and Trump look like fucking cucked Israel. 100%. Yeah, we're going to go in for you guys. Yeah. It makes it look like Israel's like, if you don't do it, we're going to release the files on you. So you better fucking go in there. And then when they go in, they ask for help from Israel and they're like, no, fuck you. We're going to sit in our bunkers. I just saw a video today. They're all in the bunkers having lunch or dinner or something, or whatever. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Kazarian Mafia. I've been watching a lot of Josh from Polarity because he does a lot of stuff on the Mafia and like all this other like stuff, and I'm like, like the UAP world, like it's getting, because he crosses over a bit with the satanic rituals. I'm like, there was one interview he did with some woman from Adelaide. That was fascinating because she's describing how the ritual works and all this stuff that's happening and who they're communicating with, and I'm like, oh fuck, that is really interesting. But if you want to go watch that, go watch it on Josh. It's fucking awesome. But that's getting a bit away from, well, that's not really. It's basically a satanic ritual, which is, if they were Freemasons, they're based on the Jewish text, which we already said. So what she said was they would make the pentagram, and then what would happen is in the middle of the pentagram, the daimon entity would come out, and then it would, she said they tried to keep it in the circle of salt, but sometimes it didn't stay. And then she said the entity basically didn't want to fucking have anything to do with them, but they forced it to. So I'm like, that's interesting. The Rachel Vorman, yeah, that was so good. But I'm like, that's interesting. They're contacting entities that don't want to fucking deal with them, but they have control over them. And apparently it's like, it makes sense if it was like the eye, the all-seeing eye, because they want knowledge of the future, so they can control the future. Well, this makes fucking sense. And if you've heard about the chronovisor in the Vatican, apparently, allegedly, if they have a chronovisor, so a way to see the future, and if the Vatican has a way to see the future, I'm like, well, then they know what the fuck's going to happen in the future, so we can know what's going to happen so we can prepare for it. You know, so yeah. She said they were pissed off. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you summoning me for? That was really interesting, though. I want to see if I can find this one. I retweeted some. Oh, there's fucking Albanese being a dickhead. The funniest thing I've ever seen is Anthony Albanese getting yelled at, screamed at in Lakemba Mosque by some Muslim guy, and then this other guy comes and grabs him, who's the guy shouting at Albanese, the fucking prime minister, because he's like, we don't want them to notice that we fucking hate them and we want to take over. And Albanese is sitting there like freaked out. I'm like, see, this is what you fucking get. This is what you get. Oh yeah, if anyone in America has that White House app, you're 100%, I believe, you're 100% downloading an Israeli intelligence app. Like, there's 100%. There's no way it's not an Israeli intelligence app. No way. Oh, bit of fun news. I did see. This is pretty funny. I was watching the news. I don't really watch too much, but all this shit is coming together right now, even in the mainstream over here. And this came up when the Pope hosted an exorcism summit because he warned of growing prevalence of Satanism. I'm like, gang, how's Satan, baby? It's all coming out ahead. It's all coming out. How hilarious is this? I've been waiting for it for so many years. I'm like, when are people gonna fucking finally see it? And here it is. It's amazing. It's amazing. I paused the TV. I had to take that picture. It was so good. No, that one. Alright, yeah, this needs to be shown. Hell fucking Satan, baby. Elbow's gonna steal Mount Cosy water. Ireland, UK, everywhere in the UK, man. Talk of a lockdown. Yeah, nah. I'm pretty sure that the UK Patriots are gonna fucking rise up before that happens. And when that happens, the UK rises up to kick out all these people. I'm hoping that's gonna have a knock-on effect over here and be like, hey, start to wake the fuck up, kick these people out because they're destroying our fucking civilization. There's no way around it. They just are. Like, why are we seeing every fucking day, oh, another Muslim migrant fucking raped someone? Like, oh my god. Like, stop saying Islamophobia, blah 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 bullshit. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them if they wanted to. Oh, I didn't even think of that, but yeah. I thought just Intel app, but yeah, if you wanted to. Yeah, I think it was like a what movie? Oh no, it's GTA 5. When you install the virus on the phone and then you blow it up when the guy's doing the speech. Life Invader. Makes you think, don't it? Doesn't it? Okay. So this one is related to what we're talking about. So this is Australia over here. Shabbat. Anyone know Shabbat? Okay. Shabbat, whatever. Cult member who did stuff to Avi Yemeni. He's like a big Jewish commentator over here. 62-year-old member of Melbourne community received a 3-month prison sentence March this year for assaulting a 10 to 12-year-old. Okay? These are the people who are doing this, and they're getting 3 months prison sentences. And you wonder why. You wonder why? Because we've seen also that the judges, the magistrates, all these people who are in these positions of power are part of these separate cults. Well, separate but connected cults, because they're all following the same texts that we just showed you. You treat women like animals. Women are basically animals, and you can do stuff to 3-year-olds, and you can execute them for it. What the fuck? Oh yeah. Yeah, I can pull that. I think, let me, okay, and then right below that, it was hilarious because right below that on my timeline was, so you've got a pedophile who's getting 3 months prison sentence for raping a child, but he's Jewish, so I guess it's okay. And then you've got an American DJ, because I think she was over here, performing in Sydney, was being investigated for saying a Zaya Australian Epstein Empire. Thank you. Pauline's not going to save us. Dan, I wanted to believe in her for a long time. She's not going to save us. There's a reason. So she said it's a Zaya Australian Epstein Empire during a performance in Sydney after a Jewish group asked police to charge her with hate speech. Exactly what I'm fucking talking about right now. Right now. Charge these people with hate speech. And it's Jewish groups that are asking police to charge people with hate speech because they don't want people to be noticing, oh, shut up. We actually do run Australian empires, and Epstein was Jewish and he was running a Mossad operation, which they said in the fucking documents. Go check that shit yourself. The Wailing Wall. I don't know what they're doing at that. I don't know. I haven't really looked into what they do at the wall. Let me see if I can pull. Yeah, because I've been watching it a fair bit, so it came up on my. It's been coming up on my YouTube timeline. Hilarity. Well, what's her name? Hail the Muse. Fucking Hail Nemesis, baby. Hail Nemesis. And there's another one on 60 Minutes I watched a while ago. And it was from like the 80s and the 90s, and it was I think she was an Australian girl in the UK and telling us like what yeah yeah I'll here if you want to watch this one was crazy too. This one I watched and I'm like, oh my god. And this was a while ago. And this girl got sent with her father and her grandmother to live over in the UK, and it's like it's basically what they said Epstein was doing. They're ritually sacrificing kids and babies and then eating them. Okay? And then you and then you look at there's a video I could pull it up as well. There's a video on I think it's on Twitter, whatever it is, X these days, with Sandra Bullock talking about her taking an extraction from a baby, I don't know if it's a fetus, but a baby, so it makes her younger. Like blood extraction from a fetus. I'm like, bro, this is on Ellen. Ellen. And what was she called? Ellen was named the the most prolific cannibal in Hollywood. That's what she's called. I'm like, okay, that's fucking gnarly. Actually, she put it on her own YouTube page too. I can't remember. Where is it? It was not that long ago. Oh, there it is. Shut up, ad. Yeah, here's the one from Polarity. Fucking like it's in detail how she's describing when she was a kid, describing like the rituals and stuff. And there's also another one which Danny did a pod with Ian Carroll a while back, and he was talking about the Alondra Markman dude, that Jewish guy who was like raised in the cult, and he was gonna be like another Epstein. And I'm like, hang on a minute, that story talked about that's so interesting because he was raised in a family who apparently has a line to King Solomon. And the Freemasons are following Solomon. You're like, okay, see, they're all connected, but they're separate groups, but they're all connected by the same thing. It's like, oh, okay. And then he was saying he was raised to be a breeder. So they would take trafficked women from south of the border, take them to a location. He would just fuck as many as he could so they could make as many Jewish babies as they could because they wanted to keep the line to King Solomon going. I'm like, fuck. This is the dude who was saying he was in it, not like some random person. This is a dude who was saying he's in it. I'm like, okay, now it's all starting to make sense. It's all starting to come together. Trying to keep the line open. Korea, I don't know what the. Well, yeah, because they split. They split because they had there was so many different cults, man, back then. Like learning all this shit from thousands of years ago. It's like, oh, how many different cults did they fucking have? How many different gods were they following? What were the different rituals they were doing? And for me, it's hard to put the pieces together from Armin because he's like, okay, he's reading the text and it's like this, but when I listen to this lady on Polarity, she's like, okay, this and then this and then this happened. I'm like, oh, now I understand. Now it's easier to put together for me how I'm listening to it, how I understand it. Yep. He controls. Yep. He who controls the pants controls the galaxy. Anyone seen Rick and Morty? Okay. There was a Green senator who actually said something good. She's like, "Hey, you're all thrilled to be posing with Iranian females, and then you're talking shit about." Yeah, she's calling out their hypocrisy and doublespeak. A Greens, I don't know if she's a senator. I'm like, that's interesting. Finally, someone on the far left is doing this. Yeah, it's like a riddle. I'm fucking terrible at riddles, and that's why I'm like, I just need the facts, man. Just give me the fucking facts. And we have one or two senators. We have a couple senators over here which are actually talking legit and are good. Senator Alex Anchich, he's like calling out shit straight. I'm like, finally, to see someone doing that, that's great. Now, Rubio, here it is. This is the one I want. Just shows him fucking lying. Let me see. Is that enough? Yep, sure.
Yesterday, you told us that Israel was going to strike Iran and that's why we needed to get involved. Today, the president said that Iran was going to get.
Yeah, your statement is false. So that's not what I was asked very specifically. Were you there yesterday?
Yes, I asked
okay.
the question.
And so the president made the very wise decision. We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces. And we knew that if we didn't preemptively go after them before they launched those attacks, we would suffer higher casualties and perhaps even higher those killed. And then we would all be here answering questions about why we knew that and didn't.
Bull fucking shit. Bullshit. I already said they could have said, Israel, go do your own thing. We'll call Iran and say it wasn't us. But this motherfucker's lying right in front of you. He goes, did you... Yes, I asked the question. Like, were you there yesterday? And he's talking to the same lady that asked the fucking question. Joe Kent, yeah, he's been good on this recently. But this is... I don't know, he probably got told, hey, shut the fuck up about Israel was going to go first, but we had to go. Look, the president made the very wise decision. We knew that was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that would precipitate an attack against American forces. Why would it, unless you didn't say anything and were like, yeah, we're in support of this? Call Iran and say it's all Israel, bro. Nothing to do with us, and your hands are clean. Kind of. That's so fucked up. I wonder if he would have had to be told to walk it back. Because that's fucked up. Your statement is false. And then you put it right next to it. No, cunt. Look what you fucking said. You're a fucking liar. These people. This is who's ruling us. Liars. Liars. Gaslighters and liars. God damn it. Fox. Okay, let's touch on a bit of Islam, because this is what they posted after the Ayatollah died. Well, was murdered. Okay. Now, if this is real, I mean, it should, because what do you get? 72 versions when you go to die in heaven. But why are they making them all really young girls, like really little girls? And then you see another bit, I'll pull it up here. If they say, oh, that's not really what they follow, and then like, okay, well, what about when they have a CNN fucking clip that having a child marriage in Afghanistan? Huh? What is that about? We know child marriage has been happening for years and years. Look. 9. She's 9 years old. She's 9 years old. And she's getting married to this fucking old dude. Are you telling me, oh, that's just the culture they're in? Like, nah, bro. 9. Interesting, huh? How old was Aisha? 6, but then he consummated the relationship, the marriage at 9, when she was 9. Yeah, okay. I would be fine if you were saying, oh, this happened back then and it doesn't happen now. I'd be okay with that. But this is CNN and this is, well, it doesn't even look, it doesn't, I'm not sure what year it is. But it's just got recently posted, I don't know if it was again or it just came out. But that's modern fucking day. So it's still happening today. That's where the issue is. It's happening right now. Son of Thor. So we are led by Morons, 100% devious intelligence, but pliable Morons. Some of them are really intelligent and they're playing the game, but I think especially for our leader right now, our quote unquote dear leader, because he was in the communist, like, not communist party, but he was like, I think he was a young communist back in the day when he was in uni. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking dumbass. Yeah, they're doing it all over. Yeah, and then I saw there was another one in the US where there was a guy walking with a young girl, and it's like, is that your wife? Hmm. Yeah, you moved. Oh, I have the story. Someone in my extended family, they had to leave Iran. We're talking about Iran. They had to leave Iran and move to the UK because she was at the age where you do the FGM cut. They literally, like, how much do you hate women that you cut out their clitoris because you don't want them to have any pleasure from sex, or like that's like not allowed. See, you abuse children because your religion tells you to. Like, that's fucked up, and we shouldn't be allowing this in our countries. We shouldn't. Why do we? Why do we? Because Islamophobia, like the Talmud. Yeah, we just talked about Talmud before. Beautiful, but yeah, I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the governments that allow this shit. That's the difference. That's the distinction we've got to make between the people of these countries and the governments they're led by. Because I bet you, I would like to be like, hey, anyone who's Iranian or from any other Arab country who's not Muslim and who doesn't want to live under that tyranny, like, come live here. But not in the state we're in now, like in a new Australia, or whatever you want to call it. Like, revitalize. Women are property. Yes, still, to this day. To this fucking day. But I'm all for that. If you're in Israel and you're not a practicing Jew, you don't believe in that. Like, there's a lot of Jews in Israel, like ethnic Jews who live there. They don't want to be they don't associate with part of the religious aspects. I'm like, anyone who doesn't want to be, like, come here. If you don't want to live ruled by theocracy and religious tyranny, then yeah, come here. But first, we've got to send all these other ones out first. Kick them all out first. Why? Because they are based on hate speech. Based on your own fucking laws in my state, they're based on hate speech. All these religions and whatever the fuck, political ideologies. They're not just... And you got comments on that shit saying, you're despicable, how can you post this shit? Alright, oh, and I posted this video because I had to quote it, because this dude is talking exactly like you would if you were gonna... If I said this, I'd get arrested, I reckon. Because this is what they believe, okay? I'm just posting what they believe. All right, let's have a look. What does this dude believe? AIPAC, the guys who fucking donate millions of dollars to the United States and their people. Here we go.
We Jews are God's chosen people, and the Gentiles must learn their purpose in life is to fight and die for Israel.
What? What? Is that not putting yourself above someone else?
We Jews are God's chosen people, and the Gentiles must learn their purpose in life is to fight and die for Israel.
So if I said the same thing about Jews, I'm going to jail. Do you see this shit? There's no standards. Double standards, there's no standards. There's no fucking standards. Oh, speaking of no standards, let's bring up so Queensland, this upper northern state, banned a certain phrase, and I don't want to I'm not in Queensland, but still I don't want to say it. But I can show you what the quote is, because Netanyahu's fucking son on X has the quote. This is the quote that is banned in Queensland. That right there, what I've highlighted is what's banned in Queensland, and they arrested a girl for wearing a t-shirt that said the same thing. They fucking arrested her. This cunt is putting the same shit on his X, on the front page of his X. So is he going to get arrested if he goes to Queensland? No, because it's in support of Israel. It's only if you're against Israel. You see how fucking funny that is? Yeah, bullshit. This... See what world we're living in? How fucking stupid is this? The son of the fucking leader of Israel is saying the same thing that's banned in Queensland to try and protect the same people that are saying this shit. We gotta invert the structure, because this is fucked. It's already inverted. We gotta go back. Go back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. And now this just came out just before I started streaming. Okay. What does it say? ISIS. Who is ISIS? Islamic State. Okay. What's the first word? Islamic. Let's not dance about it and say, oh, they're just terrorists, they're extremists. Yeah, extremists of what? Read the text. ISIS, Islamic State. Set fire to churches and synagogues across the US. Okay? See? Hate speech. Inciting hatred and violence against a group. Now, if that was in here, that was in Australia, it's like, would they ban... Like, you fought a fucking war against ISIS, and you're bringing in their wives, and they're still calling on people to... Exactly. It's fucking sickening. Absolutely sickening. Now, I gotta bring... I sent myself a lot of videos. Christmas... when was that? Premier Victoria refused to say whether the ISIS brides will be resettled in Melbourne. She doesn't want... So my premier said there's going to be 1/3 of the ISIS brides are going to be rehoused in my state, it looks like. Yep, my state. I'm going to get 1/3 of the ISIS brides back in the country. What a fucking joke. This is one I wanted to pull up. And this is one I wanted to pull up. Okay. I need the other screen. Yeah, that one. So now in my state, this is my premier. We're going to have a new hate hunting multicultural police unit. And they say on the noticer, we'll carry out mass arrests for social media posts. See how dangerous this is for now? It's ridiculous. Now, this is a quote apparently, so it's going to create a climate of fear. We're going to get a new police unit to hunt down hate speech online. And I just showed you the law that I'm tied to now. And then we got a clip from him. I gotta do that one. That one. Bulldogs members ticket. Oh, that's funny. What's up, Mr. T? Hope you're doing well. I'm better now. Thank you. Okay, let's see what this is. So Sky News. They're going to change to News 24, like, later on in this year, they said. That's interesting. Why you could change from Sky News to News 24? It just kind of seems like they're all going to amalgamate into one thing. And it's like, whatever.
In the parliament to nullify the laws, to remove them off the statute books. Think about what kind of toxic message that would send to the New South Wales community. And I think the advocates for those changes need to explain, what do they want people to have the right to say? What kind of racist abuse do they want to see or be able to lawfully see on the streets of Sydney? I recognise, and I've fully said from the beginning, that we don't have the same freedom of speech laws that they have in the United States. And the reason for that is that we want to hold together our multicultural community and have people live in peace, free from the kind of vilification and hatred that we do see around the world.
You stupid fucking cunt. We are having girls raped by these fucking people that are Muslim, but we want to keep the multicultural social cohesion together. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's a bunch of bullshit. Bunch of bullshit. Who are they being controlled by? Who are they being controlled by? Like, if it was his fucking daughter that got raped by a fucking immigrant, Muslim immigrant, or whatever for that matter, who cares? Like, if it was his daughter, would he be saying the same thing? See how politicians do it? It's okay if it's everyone else, but when it comes to them... Oh, don't forget, Anthony Albanese, our Prime Minister, is like the highest paid fucking leader in the world, apparently, on like 600,000 Australian, I think that is. So, sorry, kind of take that down because the US dollar is way more powerful, so it's like half of it. Still, based on our economy, our money, I think he's the highest paid. 600,000 or something. It's like, these people make so much fucking money. Ridiculous. And they want to tell us we don't have the same freedom of speech as the US. And what do we want to? What racial hatred do we want to see people saying on the street? So, well, what kind of religious hatred do you want to see Jews talking about, which we just saw, saying they're better than everyone, the Goys are going to serve us? What do they also say? Oh, we're going to have 2,800 fucking Goy slaves. Oh, we can rape girls who are 3 years old and then execute them. Like, what kind of hatred is that? What kind of religious hatred is that? Do you want to fucking address that? No, because they probably don't even know this shit. They probably have never read the Talmud. They just get told by the Israeli lobby, oh, yeah, do this. We'll give you money. We'll get you stand up in the fucking parliament. We'll do this. Fuck you. If it was his daughter, he'd say the same shit. Yeah, they'd probably hide behind shit that they are. All their money, all their shit. President, what's up? Thank you. %. Although I'm like, the way going forward, I would love to be like, okay, I don't want, it's not about, oh, welcome to country, this and annoying, and it's like, it's being made out to be a political statement that is against a certain group. I'm like, oh, okay. I would love to be able to have, oh, okay, we can enjoy indigenous culture, we can have this, we can have it like integrated in different ways, but they've made it into such a political statement that everyone is turned off by it. That's the only problem. Bro, don't even, the Lint fucking Cafe Day, oh, I was watching that all night when that happened. Yeah, I know some inside stuff on that. It's so fucked up, that dude. That's the scar. Don't even start me on the Lint Cafe. That was a joke. That was a procedural fucking joke because they weren't allowed to take him out. This is the problem. The police didn't have the legal power to kill him before he killed someone else. Before he took a life, they weren't allowed to kill him. So what happened? We waited hours and hours and hours, and this guy had an Islamic State flag and the Shahada, everything. So this guy for hours and hours and hours, he said he had a bomb, apparently, and a bunch of others around the city, but he had a backpack with a bomb, or a wire, thought it was a bomb, and he had a shotgun. So they weren't allowed to do anything until he shot the manager, which was a gay guy too, by the way, okay? And then the police fucking went all guns blazing. And then they went so fucking mental. The police went so mental with the shooting, like trying to take him out. They shot civilians who were hostages, and one of them got shot in the leg and like had to like get surgery because her leg, like she lost feeling in her leg or anything. I'm like, bro, you fucking insane people. You had snipers posted on Channel 7 across the road for hours and hours. They had the shot all day. They had the shot. They weren't allowed to do anything about it. Bro. That was just procedural fuck up. I remember that. Like, it was yesterday. What's up? California. Oh, jeez. That's a dangerous party. That's a dangerous state too. Gavin Newsom. Easter Bunny has sunrises. Makes sense. Uvalde. Yeah, I remember that one too. Not as good as the one that was here, but yeah, I remember hearing about that one. That's Texas, right? Alright, here is the fucking... this is the one that was happening here. So, what happened in the UK is now moved to Australia. Because this is what's happening. There's a 15-year-old girl, so allegedly, this is what happened. And this is the dude who did it. Okay? Why do we need him here? I don't want him in an Australian prison. Deport the fucking cunt. Or, if it was rape of a minor, execution. I am all for that if you're doing crimes against children or rape like that. 100% I'm all for that. I don't care what religion or fucking ethnicity you are either. Unlike the Jews of Israel who are running that country and who just, what did they do? They just made a new law, didn't they? What does it say? We're allowed to kill, execute Palestinian terrorists. But do we know that they're all terrorists? Because apparently, I was listening to TYT today with Anna. Anna's fucking, she goes off the rails. She's so good. She's like, apparently a 99-point-something% rate of conviction they have over there with the executions. So I was like, well, we know that they're just going to kill them because they're Palestinian and they want to, regardless of if they're terrorists or not. We know that. And it was so unbelievable to me to be like, watch that shit happen. And then the dude who got it passed, he was about to pop a bottle of champagne in the Knesset and the security stopped him. Like, how crazy is that? And then they pop champagne after. Like, disgusting. Extradite all of them who flee to Israel. Yeah. Send them all to Israel. They're a pedophile protector state who I already showed you. We know that. Let's take a look at what this is. I'm not saying any of this. This is just whatever a Jewish person is saying. Okay? See how they treat other religions. Okay?
האם זה בסדר לירוק על נוצרים? אם הם עובדי עבודה זרה, אז אנחנו צריכים למוס בהם ולשקט אותם ולרמוס אותם ובעיקרון גם להרוג אותם, כי הרי גוי חייב...
Hold on. In principle, to kill them. If they're idol worshippers, okay? They're saying Christians are idol worshippers. Crush them, silence them, and in principle, kill them. What? So why is that okay for them to say against anyone else, but it's not okay for us to say, you're a bunch of pedophiles and you should be executed for that shit because your religious texts say that you're allowed to rape a 3-year-old and then execute her. So why isn't it okay for me to say, I think you should be executed for believing that shit? Then we don't need any more pedophiles around. Fuck off. Alright.
גם להרוג אותם, כי הרי גוי חייב 7 מצוות בלי נוח, ואם הוא לא מקיים את זה צריך להרוג אותם. אבל... אתה תהרוג מישהו? אם הייתי יכול, הייתי מוצא לעשות את זה, אבל אין לנו בית דין, אז אנחנו לא יכולים לעשות את זה. אוקיי. אבל זה אמונה של מישהו אחר. זה אמונה שמי שמאמין בה צריך להרוג אותו.
מי שמאמין שהאלוהים שלי הוא חלק מאיש, אז...
He must be killed. See, what is the difference between this and Islam? What's the difference? Strike the necks of the unbelievers. We need to kill these people. We need to... You're allowed to imprison your wife in her house or in your house for the rest of her life if you want to. If she does something against you. I'm like, oh, okay. That's Islam. And this is Judaism. We need to kill idol worshippers. Like, this is the problem. People say, I was brought up my whole fucking life. Oh, don't talk about religion. Don't talk about politics and all the stuff that's gonna... I'm like, hang on. These people rule our fucking worlds with these stupid books, and they actually believe it, and then they act on it, and now look where we are. All these people who want to say, sit back and just watch it happen. Oh, we don't want to talk about this stuff. They want you dead, and now they're taking over other countries for their own country to expand. Cora Bernardi wears a little black hat. Oh, fuck anyone. See, that's why I don't trust One Nation, man. Because they just posted a thing about Jesus and Easter, which we're gonna get to, because I love the Easter story. Good Friday is my favorite day because we all know what happens on Good Friday, don't we? Yes, go check out all my videos. I'm gonna read it again. But what happens on Good Friday? The moment Jesus is arrested with a naked boy slave. And then he says he's not a child trafficker. Well, no, he says he's not a child trafficker. And then he's arrested with a naked boy slave. And we have Jewish texts that talk about 3-year-olds. We have Jesus arrested with a naked kid. And we have Islam, they can marry children. They're all the fucking same. They're all based on pedophile cults. Which is fine back then. Okay, that's what happened. And what happened? He was crucified between 2 child traffickers. 2 Leistai. So it makes sense. He's saying, I'm not a Leistai, and then gets crucified between 2 Leistai. So back then, it's right. Okay, this is what happened in history. That's fine. But it's still happening today. That's the problem. So what do we need to do? Go back to Romans. Go back to that times and crucify every motherfucker on the hill who's doing this stuff. I'm fine with that. First, send them as many back as you want, as they want to go. Send them all back to their own countries, to where they can follow their own religious laws. I'm 100% for that. Anyone who stays and follows this stuff and acts on this, death. There's no other way. And it's like, how could you, if people say, how could you say that? I'm like, these people are saying we need to be killed because we don't believe what they do. And I'm just saying, if you do that to a child or anyone else and you think you need to be killed for it, you're the one that needs to go. Same. Fuck. It's not that hard. It's just so fucked up looking at this shit. But this is our world, so I mean we have to. I don't want to bring that up because it's anti-Semitic imagery. I'll get fucked up for that. Perth Muslim guy having oh god. IDF will say, oh, this, I have to show this because it's so fucking disgusting. That's a good one. I'm gonna pull that one up, and then I'm gonna pull this one up, because if you're telling me Islam's got no issue, there's no problem with that. Oh fuck, did they kick it? I wonder if they banned it. Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. I thought they would because it's so fucked up. So this is a little LH for World Emperor. Not World Emperor. I mean, what did the Romans do? We know that the Romans, when there was too much fucking tyranny and corruption, they would import a tyrant or someone who would take over for 2 years, maximum, clean house, and restart. I'm 100% for that. We need to clean house because politics gone. There's no, it's not, the democracy we've been set up with is not working anymore. It's all just bullshit to make money. It's all just bullshit to make money, your own money, and then fucking oppress populations. That's all it is these days. Restart, new system, new laws, new everything. That's where we should be, because this is the shit that they are teaching their kids. Okay? All right.
For the first time,
With a
this
knife,
is the shocking and
beheading a
sometimes
stuffed
bizarre
animal,
world of the
a stuffed
caliphate,
bear.
where young
Okay, this is
children are
ISIS. You're
being taught
teaching.
how
Look,
to kill
this kid's what?
and
2?
how to die.
3? Look at that shit. And then what happens? They grow up and then they want to kill these people. They want to kill us. And it's so, and I've got another video. There's another girl who's singing while she's holding a knife after she's cut another animal, stuffed animal. I'm like, what? How do you not see this? They hate us. They want us dead. But if you say anything about it, you're called anti-Semitic or Islamophobic and you're racist. Like, no. I'm done with this. Not fucking racist. If we had a white kid with a... See, just flip it. If you had a white kid with a fucking Nazi flag behind that, holy shit, the world would be up in arms and we would be having laws against... More laws. But it's Islam or Jewish, so they can have all these beliefs and ideas and all this shit. Disgusting. And I'm fucking... This dude, finally. Someone in our parliament stood up and quoted the fucking Quran, and I'm like, good on you. Fucking good on you. It's taken how long to do this? But I'm so good. I'm so happy. It's finally fucking happened. Finally. Let's turn this up.
Kill the kafar, the non-believer, in alleyways, stab them and poison them. Poison your teachers. Go to haram restaurants and poison the food in large quantities. Our husbands die on the front lines. That doesn't stop women in the West from sending their husbands to kill the kafar. Attack the UK, Australia and US. It wasn't me who wrote this. This is a quote from an Australian ISIS bride. There's no such thing as an ISIS bride. These are ISIS members, ISIS sympathisers. This ISIS member also stated, all you have to know is that the next time I will step into Australia is when we come and make it a part of the Islamic State. Oh, I do miss my family. Well, I think you'll miss yours soon. Well, in 2019, this ISIS member had her citizenship stripped off her, rightly so. But unfortunately, under this government, under this Labor Prime Minister, in 2023, her citizenship was reinstated. This ISIS member now lives in Melbourne. Allowing ISIS members to return and roam free puts Australians at risk. ISIS behead people, light them on fire, kill innocent women and children, and inspire terrorist attacks. Why won't this Labor government stand with the coalition and shut the door on these ISIS members?
Fuck yeah. Finally someone. Finally fucking someone. Oh. Been saying it for decades. Mad Max country is so fucking close. It is not funny. I'm dead set. I've been looking at bunkers. I've been watching my YouTube feeds like, oh, look at this bunker. How much was this one? How much is that one? Look at this one. I'm like, do I really want to fucking live in a bunker though? I'm like, I would rather just move on. Move on to the next whatever. You guys know. If you've seen my videos or streams last time, you know I've done mushrooms. I've been outside this fucking reality. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. But while I'm here, I'm gonna fucking do something and show you guys, hey, this is where I'm living. This is what's happening. And I'm happy that someone in politics is fucking talking about it in Parliament and calling it out. But we know these fucking politicians, they don't give a shit. The other side doesn't care. And it's so fucked. We need to restart. We need to reset. Honestly, reset civilization. We have to. There's no way. Big Les. Yep. Children, yep. Like there's that video of those kids like getting harassed and it's like they're girls and then whatever. They're fucked up, man. I thank you. Magi. You're a Margus. Love it. Be careful. Don't be a free speech martyr. That's why I'm trying to stay within the hate speech laws that I've shown you that I have in my state. I'm trying to stay within the... See, because I loved the stream a couple of streams ago where he was just going off and I'm like, it just fucking lit a fire and I'm like, it was so good. So I'm like, I can't. So there's things I can't say, but there's things I'm doing that I'm trying to stay in the lines. Unfortunately, we have to, but words are more powerful than letting them shut your mouth. Yeah, I'm just showing. Here's the text. Here's your hypocrisy. Don't fuck me up with this shit. Don't give me any bullshit. All right. So if any politician wants to say, oh, this, or if anyone wants to claim hate speech, Islamophobia, I'm like, watch this. Here's the text. Here's your hypocrisy. Fuck you. Bro, this fucking pissed me off. Pam Bondi didn't arrest people because it'll crash the economy. Well, your economy needs to fucking crash then. And needs a reset. 100%. Yeah, that was disgusting. Yeah, they're all the same. They're all the same. Dude, this was fucking hilarious. When she walked into Parliament with a burqa, that was fucking funny. Like, everyone freaked out. See, she's funny and she's straight, but yeah, I don't know. Corey Bernardi was like a weird. He was like in the Liberal Party. He was a Liberal senator, I think, but he was like really far out there. Like really, he wasn't aligned with them. I'm like, I don't know what he believes in. He's a bit weird. But if he's wearing the hat, I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Truly invasive and oppressive. Yep. Government's gone full fascist. Yeah. Well, it makes sense because you're being ruled by the Nazi state of Israel, which, I mean, they just passed laws to execute Palestinians only. Didn't the Nazis were the ones that execute, okay? Doing the same thing, making Lebensraum for Israeli settlers up in Lebanon and everywhere else around the fucking Arab states. They're doing the exact same playbook that the Nazis did. So I'm like, let's just call it out. I'm sick of them hiding behind this anti-Semitism bullshit when everyone sees it now. Everyone sees what it says. What do your texts say? Yeah, go fuck yourself. I'm not having this shit anymore. Controlled op. That's what I think. Well, she's friends with Gina Reinhardt, who's like billionaire, like really fucking rich. So I'm like, I don't know. Turning the other cheek. Yeah. No. What did Jesus say? I come not to bring peace, but the sword. Duncan mentioned Armin. Interesting. That's cool. Try to make interview happen. I think maybe Danny would have brought it up when he went on with him, which is good. I heard Armin's going to do a second. Here's my opinion. Just straight up. I heard Armin's going to do a second stream or video podcast with Luke. And I'm like, there's no point. There's no point. Honestly, that guy is a lying, gaslighting, manipulating motherfucker. And he's trying to hide behind everything. And I'm like, you can't, Armin, you can't do what you did last time. I love you and everything you fucking put out and like revealed to the world and to me to be like, oh, okay, what the fuck is going on here? I love everything you've done, the way you do it all. But that last pod with him, I broke it all down in my series of videos and how he lied to everyone, how Luke lied to everyone and just gaslighted the fuck out of Danny to make him believe something that's not true. I'm like, okay, if you're going to do another one, you can't do that again. Okay? You can't do that again. What you have to bring up the Talmud. You have to bring up the Torah, all this shit that you've done before, and you can't let him just, oh, wait. We need to talk about fucking, what were all the bullshit lines he brought up? Dude, I've tried to forget about it. It was so fucking annoying. It was, we don't know. It's all speculation. Everything burned down. We don't know again. So it's like, you can't, as soon as he says something, bang, text. As soon as he says something else, bang, text. It's like, stop lying, here's a text. Stop lying, here's a text. That's what I'm like, I would love, the methodology, thank you. Bro, the methodology is all this shit. Follow up vids of fire. Thank you. I did put a lot of fucking time into that. It's like, there's like, one of them's like an hour. The holy BJ. I can't believe that cunt just sat there and said, oh, it could mean that. I'm like, motherfucker. You can't let him. Okay, you can't let him sit there and do that again. You have to bring him up the source, bring up the text. Don't let him talk. As soon as he opens his mouth with some bullshit, say stop, stop, text. Here's what it says. Don't fuck me. Don't fuck me with that methodology bullshit. You can't let him do it. You have to fucking just bring up the text. I know that's what you wanted to do. Yeah, you showed that he's a piece of shit that just lies. But next time, if you do one, bang, hammer the fuck out of him with all those sources you were going to originally. Just don't even give him a second. Just like what I did with my video, that video I did on Bart and all that shit, just fucking just destroy him. Christ. Fuck you. And oh god. Anyway, go and watch my videos on that if you want a longer breakdown on all that stuff. I destroyed that guy. Honestly. I don't say that very often, but I fucking did. It all burned down 10 million years ago. Oh, but it's convenient they have the Torah, the Talmud, and whatever else they need to fucking push their bullshit. Yeah, the Torah and the Talmud still exists, but every other piece of history, oh, we've got silver tablets that are Phoenician. Oh, anyway, yeah. No, thank you for being here. All right, let's oh, okay. I'll check my DMs to myself, which I sent a bunch of like videos I want to bring up and like key points. Because, did you see that video? There was a video on, I think it was Russia Today. There was this 30-year-old chick from Israel, and some dude questioned her about something, and she goes, "I'm a Holocaust survivor." Like, bitch, you're 30. What? This is the shit they're trying to pull. I'm a Holocaust survivor and you're fucking like in your 30s. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, let's see. I don't want to say it's Jewish behavior, but I mean, they are Jews and this is what they did. And this is the way they behaved because they wanted money. Okay. An Israeli couple buried their 93-year-old Holocaust survivor mother in their backyard. Why? Because they were getting $5,000 a month in German reparations from the Holocaust. What? That is, if that isn't behavior of these kind of people, then I don't know what is. Yeah, there are 15 million. Dude. I've got old clippings from the newspapers from the 30s that say there's 600,000 Jews in Europe. So where'd you get 6 million from if there are 600,000 Jews in Europe at the time in the 1930s? All right. That doesn't make sense, does it? And then you got the newspaper as well that says Judea declares war on Germany in the 1930s. It's like, hang on a minute. Mr. Bad Guy takes over the Rothschild-owned banks, which I've got quotes from. I got more quotes from here from the Jewish texts that say we need to charge non-Jews interest. So I was like, okay, no more interest. Take over the Rothschild banks, and then what happens? The Judea declares war on Germany. Yeah. Okay. Strange things. Strange times. It's all coming out now, interesting. There's so much you can go on. I could go on for that. The word is, oh fuck, money. Yep. Where is it? Oh yeah, he's going on tour with a punk band. That's cool because I like that kind of music. So I'm all down for that. I've been into that shit since I was a kid, so I've always listened to that music. I'm happy with that. And he was at that the No Kings protest in wherever he was. But I saw a video. This dude did a video, like a interview with these people who are protesting, and he goes to her, oh, do you feel like they're protesting the Strait of Hormuz when they should be protesting for the gays of Hormuz? And she goes, yeah. I'm like, you're man. See, I'm not saying all people are like this, but clearly some people are fucking retarded because you thought they were protesting for the straight instead of the gays in Hormuz. I'm like, you can't be that stupid, honestly. You can't be. But yes, Yes, they are. Oh, yep. I need this. I'll just, no, I'll pull it up because I don't want to just read it. I want you to see it so I can not get in trouble. Okay? Just read the quote. Shulamit Aloni, former Israeli Minister of Education in 2000. Okay? We exploit the Holocaust and anti-Semitism to protect Israel from criticism. It is a trick we use. I didn't say that. That's a quote from a former Israeli Minister of Education. Alright? Alright. Now at least we're on the same page. Okay? Alright. This one has to... Okay, this is a quote from... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, it came up. Sometimes it doesn't come up. I think they might have deleted it. But they haven't. It's good. More. Look at these girls. They're like teenagers, man. We will chop off their heads. We will liberate Al-Aqsa. Oh, I'll go into that after. We will lead the army of Allah fulfilling his promise. We will subject them to eternal torture. Look at them all. The kids with the fucking... Oh, my God. The blood of martyrs protects us. See? Paradise needs roommate. I noticed this back in high school, that there was like a interesting correlation between Islamic martyrs and Sparta. Because the Spartans, if you know anything about Sparta, the most glorious death was to die in battle. And I'm like, oh, that's exactly what these guys believe. So I noticed that back when I was like 16 in ancient history, when I was studying Sparta. They're saying the same things. We've got to execute these people, behead them. 2019, that was. Chop off their heads. Okay, that's what they're taught to believe. All right, I'm gonna have a break and pause and because this was the funniest shit I have seen in a long time. So I just bring some comedy to this because it's heavy. So I don't know if anyone's seen this, but I lost my shit. It is so fucking funny. I'm gonna turn my mic off because I'm gonna laugh too hard.
Anyway, I support the Palestinian people right to go to the Jewish neighborhood and make the Jew feel very scared. That is what I support because I'm a liberal. I'm a liberal. And you know what a liberal do? We destroy the economy. We make everybody impoverished. And then we make sure all the homeless people doing drugs in front of the children and make sure all the school teaching the children how to be a homosexual and make sure they all teach about the transgender. So that is what important to me. Make sure we have enough subway car for all the poor people to travel around the city, going from homosexual to Palestinian protest and so on and so forth. Anyway.
Oh god, it was fucking hilarious. I'm a liberal. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. That's my Oh, I couldn't believe it when I saw that. That's the funniest shit. That's like a Canadian minister. Oh, fuck. So you can go from transgender to Palestinian protest. It's the accent that does it in, man. At the accent. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Okay. So everyone, we just read the Talmud and it says that you can... Okay, let's go back. We just read the Talmud before and it says you can rape and execute a 3-year-old non-Jewish girl. Okay? So Ursula von der Leyen, who heads up the UN, Europe is the values of the Talmud. I'm like, well, now it all makes sense, doesn't it? Europe is the values of the Talmud and they are, yeah, okay, fuck you. But I did see that there was a bunch of countries, I think there was Greece and a few other countries in the north that were like voting against resettling migrants like from Arab states, like Muslim migrants. I'm like, finally someone's like, a few countries that are pushing back against this bullshit. The mayor of Toronto. That's it. Thank you. Jewish doctor, get rid of whites. That was March 16. Yeah. I'll do one more on this because... two more. Remember Netanyahu, March 13, just after my birthday. We will make it to the return of the Messiah, but it will not happen next Thursday. So that is the stated goal of the Israeli Prime Minister. We will make it to the return of the Messiah. Okay? We're living in a two and a half, if you want to really push it, 2,500-year-old fucking mindset that they want to bring about the Messiah and the end of the world. Okay? That's their stated goal, to bring the Messiah and end the fucking where we're at. And then I want to go to one of, I don't know who this dude is, but it's at some Israeli conference thing, I don't know. This is what he said. We Jews need to make, or we need to make, and he's Jewish, so we need to make sure the story is written properly so that when the history books write us, they won't write about the victims of God. Disgusting. Disgusting. Like, I don't even want to listen to that cunt because I'm just going to fucking lose it. That's his quote right there. I've listened to it before. Like, that's his quote. We need to make sure the story is written properly. Now, it makes me wonder if they had to write the story properly about another historical event that happened. Just makes me wonder. Let me quote Myron Gaines with that. What did he say? He said, how can we trust that the story about the Holocaust is real when you guys are lying about a genocide that's happening in Gaza right now, and we can see it and hear it for ourselves? I'm like, well, yeah, fair enough. Hello, welcome. Thank you. They created property just for this. Yep. How many people are total sheep? I think a lot. They either don't know about what I'm saying, or they don't want to know when they hear it. As I told you before, they don't want to know, which is strange. Like, Canaanites, man. Yahweh, Baal. Yeah, it's like different names for the same thing. Like Yah-oh. Like, it's interesting that's Yah-oh, because what does Yah-oh do? What is Yah-oh in ancient Greek? It's Yahomai, which is to be a healer or a physician. And that's like fucking Jesus' name is Jesus, which is based on Iyeh, which is a healer and a physician. So when I say these things, it's people go, oh, you're an atheist, so you don't believe this. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, historically, based in the language, how it actually happened and what his name means and what these words actually mean. It makes fucking sense now. Apparently, it's all, yeah. Stealing stories, rewriting narratives, yeah. What does it say? Yeah, the greatest lie in history was that the Hebrew is the original text. It's like, how can you write a fucking original text with 7,000 to 8,000 words and then ancient Greek is like, blows it out the water? Read the Septuagint and then read the Hebrew and come back to me and then see what the fuck. Yeah, I can't wait to the metal scene, the punk scene fucking blows this shit up. But I'm thinking, who needs to know the most? I'm like, that's why I'm like trying to bring up politics. I'm like, the politicians, if they knew this shit, that they're mandating everyone to have a law to govern how we speak, if they knew this stuff, would they still feel the same? Like, would it change their minds and be like, okay, well, it actually says this. Do you still believe we should be all fucking silenced by hate speech laws when the Jews and the Muslims are doing the hate speech? And all we're asking for is a bit of fucking consistency. Manipulation, time, space. Yeah, that's mushrooms. Or magic, whatever you want to call it. You can just do it. You can do it from so many different ways. Like meditation get you there. Mushrooms get you there. Other stuff can get you there. We're all going to... Or other kind of drugs that they're talking about in the ancient texts. Even Jesus. Like, I can't believe it. Now I can just quote whatever the fucking text I want. Like New Testament. Mark 16:18. They will lift up snakes and drink death poisons. Kantana Simon. And they will not be hurt. Like, what the fuck? Ooh. Ooh, yeah. They got no integrity. South Park, I love it. Got no integrity. True. Yeah, this is the problem with... Okay, now this is the problem with the politics. They're taught to be good debaters, and they're a lot of lawyers. So, and they taught media training, so they can circle back around things, and they don't answer anything ever. So, like, someone asks you a direct question in Parliament, and then Albanese, the leader, just trailed off into something else that had nothing to do with what he was asked. I'm like, hang on a minute, how can we just allow this? How are we allowing this? And then they get, what, 5-6 weeks off now? They get 5 or 6 weeks off Parliament. They can just fucking, all right, what are you going to do for 5 or 6 weeks while everyone else is going to work? Huh? Why can't we get 5-6 weeks off? You're on $600,000 a year, you fucking cunt. Fuck you. You're just going to take 6 weeks off. Yeah. While there's a petrol oil crisis, while there's a fucking war going on that's affecting, that you fucking supported Israel. I'm not going to say you supported America. I'm saying you supported Israel because Marco Rubio said Israel was going to start this shit. So then America did it before them. I get it. I know. Yeah, I understand. I'm just saying, like, there's so many different ways. I'm talking about, yeah, Saturnian magic, drugs magic, like, all this other stuff. There's so many different ways. I'll be 100%. It's so weird. I've been looking at the Saturn stuff because I'm like, what if fucking Saturn got to do with anything? Like, this is the fucking planet. And then you look at the hexagram on the top, the hexagon on the top of Saturn, you're like, oh, okay. And you look at the cubes that they're using. I'm pretty sure that you see in Japan, like the old stuff where they say the Tengu and they got the cube on their head and they look like Jews. Like, I'm pretty sure they were there and they were the demons of Japan. It makes sense. They look exactly the fucking same. Slowly getting better. That's all right. Take as much time as you need. It's just read as many texts as you can. And then that's how I do it. Like, read stuff over and over again, and then you'll like, oh, okay, I can read that, I can read that. It's so zero integrity, legalese. Yep. Time isn't objectively real. It's a measure. Like, is anything we see objectively real? I was having a conversation yesterday with someone about this. The human, we see such a narrow band spectrum, so we just see visible light. Some other people can obviously, if you're in tune and connected to other stuff, you can see like aura stuff and other things. But most people just see visible light. Like, we don't see gamma rays, you don't see X-rays, you don't see all this other stuff. So it's like, what kind of world do we actually see? Just a narrow band. And time, so that's the thing. Time changes when you're in these states of consciousness that are outside of time, really. I think time is the way it dimensionally works, as I've looked into. I think what I've heard from someone who described, like I think I talked about in my last stream, who described the fifth dimension exactly how I experienced it when I was on mushrooms. So he's like, fourth dimension is time, fifth dimension is outside of time. I'm like, okay, so fourth dimension time, but then the third dimension is where we are. So it kind of interacts with it. And then I've been watching some other people and stuff talking about how the interaction of plasmas and time and all this stuff works together. I'm like, okay, it's getting a bit initially it's hard for me to understand. I need to actually go into it in nuts and bolts is easier for me than like esoteric stuff, which unfortunately that's how I work. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it was the whole one, but there was a cut on X. There was like a clip of it. 6 storms and hexen. Yeah. Look, I've got a fucking telescope, and I used to sit out for nights and hours looking at mostly Jupiter, because Jupiter comes up right here in front. And you're looking at Jupiter and you're like, holy fuck, that giant eye, the storms and everything, it's all. This is why I'm like, flat Earth people. I'm like, I don't, and like the space. I'm like, I don't know, because I can fucking see it through a telescope myself. I'm like, I'm not saying that, oh, NASA's 100% completely right on everything. I'm like, hello, where did NASA start? Fucking Werner von Braun, a Nazi. Come on. And like all the shit that they do, we know that they touched up stuff. So I'm like, I'm not saying that they're 100% wrong. I'm not saying they're 100% right. But I'm like, when you can see it for yourself through a telescope or binoculars looking at the moon, you're like, it's fucking round. What are you talking about? Why would we be the anomaly that isn't round when everything else in our material existence is shaped like a sphere? Not everything. Most things that we see, like stars, planets, even black holes, until you get the accretion disks that suck in space and time around it. So that's like the Saturn rings. But I was watching David Icke about Saturn. I'm like, so Saturn's a certain frequency, and if you tap into that frequency, it's kind of like, has anyone watched They Live? I fucking love that movie, because it's like, how did they get away with making that? Because it's so fucking close to reality right now that I'm pretty sure I'm not sure that that's how it works, but it makes sense that there's projecting some kind of frequency that's like covering us all, blinding us all. And then when that frequency is destroyed, it exposes all the aliens for who they are. This is They Live, the movie. So it exposes them for who they are. I'm like, this kind of makes fucking sense, really. So I don't know how they got away with making that movie back then. You couldn't do. I would love a remake of They Live, but tie it all into all the Jewish fucking, all this stuff and all the Saturnian stuff. I'd love that. Yeah. Like, you look at all the texts, it's like, where is all this evidence from way, way back? Like, we've got ancient Greek in the 8th century of the Homer. It's like, you'd think if it was that prevalent and they had their stories are so important, they would have it back then. But nope. Ken Wheeler? No. Why do I know the name? No. No, I haven't watched that one. That's interesting though. No, I was watching a lot of, I've told you, I was watching a lot of Polarity. Like Josh from Polarity, because he watches like old videos with people talking about like all this shit. I'm like, interesting. Yeah, it's all about perception. Like that's what I was saying before. Like, people's perception is shaped by what they want to see. 100%. Because I told that kid, I want to call him a kid because he's like a teenager, here's what the Bible says. And he said to me, I don't believe it. I just want to believe what I already believe. I'm like, but it's not accurate to the original text. So you're believing something that is false, like demonstrably false. This word does not mean this in English. And oh my God. I found another New Testament, the New International Version, because they give it to veterans. And it says in Mark 14:48, have you come out as if I'm against the dangerous revolutionary? I'm like, that's not what it fucking says. It says Layspace, which is a goddamn pirate, a trafficker. So they've changed. The New International Version can fuck off, because it says come out as against the dangerous revolutionary, when it doesn't say that at all. And we're giving this to our veterans. Okay? we're teaching our veterans fake news. Fake news, fuck that. Fuck NASA gang. Sabbath, yep, Saturn. Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't have, like, but there's so many people that are, yeah, coming up with similar things about all this now. They Live Slaps, yeah, fuck, I love that movie. Like, Roddy Piper back in the day, when he was wrestling too, like, I've watched all that old stuff. I used to watch WWF back in the day so much. Exactly how it works, yeah, you think, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. All right, I'll have a look. Thank you for that. Yeah, I don't know how much you want to get into that now, but there's a the US, I don't know if he's a senator or congressman, but he said, is it Tim Birch? I can't. He said, actually, I think I reposted it. He said that if we knew what the reality was with UAPs and aliens, that everyone would, like, people would burn the fucking world down. I'm like, damn. All right, well, who the fuck are they? And there's so many different ones apparently. So crazy. I can't remember what's his name. I think it was Tim something. It's Tim something. But he said the world, everyone would burn the fucking world down, or like our system down, if they found out the reality, the truth about UAPs and all this shit. I'm like, oh yeah, you've been hiding it from us for so fucking long. Yeah, I bet they've been here for thousands of years. Like, read it. Bet you they have. Makes sense. What's up? Dark Rift Wolves. Nice name. The Dark Rift. Interference waves. 100%. 100%. Interference waves. We watch them every fucking day. It's called radio. Old radio, not now, but TV, news, all this mainstream shit. That's all the interference waves. And now it's gone into, what does David I call it? Alternative mainstream. Like Rogan and all this shit. Like, I proved him fucking a liar. Or like, it's not willing to look at the truth. Hears it, doesn't want to look into it. Rogan, yep. Fuck you, 1666, baby. What is going on? Oh no, good. What are we talking about? A lot of shit. We started off with the Talmud, hate speech laws in my state, and how I have to work within these laws to say what I can say by quoting texts so I can get away with it. Mina Moksha, what's going on? The fight scene. See, I like speeded it up because I'm like, bro, it just goes on for fucking like 7 minutes, and you're like, I understand it, I get it, it's a big moment, and then he puts the glasses on. It's like, oh, it just goes on forever. I'm like, all right, I don't need to watch. Back in the 80s, yeah, cool, because Rowdy Roddy was in WWF, and it was like, oh, we can watch this dude doing a fight scene. But these days, like, yeah, skip it. Congregation scene, yeah, I know, amazing. Psyops everywhere. The world is fucking, yes, it is. That's what it feels like. It's a fucking insane asylum. And then who is devising that plan? No, who's devising that plan? Boss Hog, fucking legend. What's going on? Rogan lost. Yeah, started listening to Christians. Fucking lying to him. Well, I would say they don't know. I would say maybe lying to him, but most of them don't actually know what the fuck they're reading. They all live in... Bro, when I saw that video of Doom, 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 television. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. I was like, damn. That song sounds like it slaps if it wasn't those lyrics, but I'm like, eh. Kurt Metzger. I think was he on Danny recently? I did watch a bit of that. Like I skipped through some stuff where he's talking about I can't remember what it was about, but I'm like, yeah, I think I watched some of the one he was on Danny. Anunnaki. Who chopped the ear off? I read the second line. Fuck. Look, I think they could be used as one, but I'm pretty sure that, I mean, think about it. If you just take the normal timeline, universe has been around for 13.5 billion years, okay? Based on light, how long it takes light to travel and how big the universe is based on calculations. Say 13, all right? 13 billion fucking years. Like, you have no idea the time scale of that. Who could have come, who could have lived on different planets at different times, who could have come, who could have ascended to different fucking states in that time, what they could have made, because if you think of Interstellar as well, if you're living around a black hole that's much closer than than the Earth, your time scale is so different. So we could be living, what is it in, it's like 7 years per hour in Interstellar. So could you imagine, I'm not saying they don't exist. Yeah, that's fine. I'm saying, but we don't know what level they could have got to and where they are if they're in other states of consciousness. But if there was a civilization that could have lived close to enough to a black hole that would be 1 to 100, think of this. If there was a place you could have lived that would be 100 years on Earth to every hour on that place, bro, we're going to go through millions of years and they're going to still be like kids, like dinosaur stuff. If they just think of how long it's taken us for 4.5 billion years. If we're living 100 years every hour, they're not going to progress as quick as what we are, just based on time frame. Or flip it inverse, like we're every year and then, yeah, whatever. It's, who knows what could have happened. That's what I'm saying. Who knows time scales and what could have arisen and gone down, risen and fallen yet. But I think they will use them as a psyop because they can. And I'm pretty sure, listening to the stories of all these like ex-army or special forces dudes that are talking about ops they've been on when they've had to interact with craft or people who are protecting craft, or like, do you believe him? It's like, why wouldn't you? Just take it at face value. You'll see the evidence and then see what happens. And so, okay. And then you've got Congress people, all these people saying they went into the skiffs, like these secret meetings. They're giving all this evidence and they're coming out saying, oh my God, if everyone knew this, they would fucking kill us. Or they would turn over the whole civilization. Like, if it's that fucking big, what the fuck could it be? If they're saying that we as societies would turn over civilization and end what this is because of what UAPs are, or what this is, holy shit, it's got to be huge. It's got to be civil. It's got to be psychologically fucking breaking, honestly. Danny, he's half at the moment. Like, he has on some cool people. I'm like, yeah, but he's just got to get back to the text. I fucking saw that. I think I tweeted, posted that on X. I'm like, actually, I did. I said, there's a new attorney general as well. Don't forget, Pam Bondi got fucked over, and then this new dude said, we're not going to prosecute anyone in the Epstein files. And I'm like, you're a fucking cunt. Oh yeah, Trump saying we're going to put them into the Stone Age. I'm like, you're a fucking piece of shit. It's all to protect from the files. It was a few days ago, wasn't it? I think I said like, oh, here it is. Yeah, I said Greater Israel, but for America and shit. All distraction from children and Epstein. That's what I said. Yep. It is. Fucking is. Membrane theory? Big Bang could have been a low. Yeah, I heard the Big Bang. I even had this thought years and years ago. Maybe the Big Bang is like a restart of another universe, and apparently that's what they're saying. It's like maybe when two universes collide, or two universes collide, it creates another one. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Times wibbly wobbly, herkily jerkily wibbly wobbly. We've been groomed that they genetically modified us. Yeah, why? Why are they telling us this story that we're genetically modified? I mean, we know that we have the text right here that they genetically modified with venoms, like genetically. They modified their bodies with venoms to make themselves into vessels of medicine. So I'm like, does that change? I don't know if it's changed your DNA, but it changes your chemistry over time. Yeah, 100%. But it is interesting that they're telling us, hey, we're genetically modified. Why? The edge of the observable universe is not even? Not even? Or do you mean not smooth, like a rounded edge? Oh. NDE, fuck, man. See, the NDEs are another way to get there too. For the Greek gang. Yeah, I don't know if I said it in my last stream, but there's only been one time, like I've had experiences with other things, but there's only been one time where I saw like a UAP, like a ball of light that it went up and then came down. Like, there's no way it would have moved that fast from that high, that fast, like down. And then it kept going up and down for a bit. And I'm like, what the fuck? How's it move like that? And this wasn't a little tiny thing like right in front of me. This was way over the river, across above the tree line. It was way up high because I was looking at the stars, and then it went straight down like that. Stayed there for a bit, went up and down a little bit, and then went straight back up, and then I lost it. I'm like, okay, fuck was that? I'm not getting into pizza. Like, there's so many fucking videos you go back and look at now with Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston, Sandra Bullock. I think I talking about pizza parties with George Clooney. I'm like, mate, it's all right there in front of us. We just didn't know what it was until the Epstein files came out. When he did the Bart Ehrman one, he almost had it, but he's just not. I think he knows about it and he's looked at some things, but he's not like, oh, I can quote this, then that, and show all the full of shit like I did in my videos. I'm like, here, this is all bullshit. If he had more knowledge to be able to call it out straight away on a pod, 100%. But he wasn't as well versed at the time. If he put a bit more time, just a little bit, just have a couple of quotes, bang, here's what it says. He'd be in a lot better position to counter these people like Luke and all these fucking liars. Yeah, the Vatican has a fucking telescope called, or is that bullshit? I think they had a telescope called the Satan. And then Eddie Bravo was talking about that on YouTube on Joe Rogan a while ago. Yeah, Maxwell's dad was a Mossad agent. Yeah, we know that. Fucking joke. I swear that was her. Did you see that video with when she was standing in fucking Canada? I'm like, bitch, that was Ghislaine. She responds when someone says Ghislaine, she looks at him and then goes, oh no, that's not me. I'm like, bro, bullshit. You just responded. Lucifer's the telescope, thank you. Yeah, I was like, was it Satan? It was Lucifer, yeah. But how high does it go? Like, who is it? Who the fuck is who? Because if you listen to these guys who are like ex-Navy SEALs, there was one on what's the dude, Sean Ryan, and he was talking about he had interaction with like a super well fucking trained TAC team that got onto him when they were doing an op. And he was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, they could have fucking killed us if they wanted to easily. Because there's like 6 of them and like 2 different TAC teams. And he's like, holy shit. What the fuck is this? I don't know. Do you believe it? Oh, fucking hell. Thank you, sir. Hope to meet up at a concert or crusade, bro. I don't know how much you caught, but I was just saying before, man, I love everything you brought out. I love that you've brought this out of me because this has been my whole fucking life looking back on it. And I'm like, I wish, look, I can't go back in time, but I wish I had this when I was a kid. But we have it now and I got to do what I can with it. And I want to say that not last stream, but the one you did before that when you were talking about Israel, it just fucking lit a fire in me again to be like, I can't sit here and not say anything when this shit is happening. And there's hate speech laws in my state right now that I can't say what you said because I would go to jail 2 years. So I'm working in the parameters I have with quotes. I'm allowed to quote things, but like it just, yeah, that last couple streams ago, that lit me up. I'm like, damn. I gotta do this. There's something in me that's like, I can't sit here and do fucking nothing while this world around me is falling to shit. And I have the evidence to show these people. Plus, I was away for a few weeks, came back, and now I got to get back into it because I can't sit here and do nothing. And like, thank you for everything you've done, man. Thank you. I love metal shit. Look, I got drums next to me. I fucking play. I'm so happy you're going out to like some concerts and shit. Because that metal, the punk metal scene is like where I come from too. Thank you. Keep fighting. I'm going to do everything I can within my power. Speaking of, I haven't done the Easter story. We're doing Easter story, right? Because it is Good Friday over here in Australia. So let's have a look at the Easter story. Like I can quote it for you like right now without having to look, but let's bring up the what's our favorite quote? Mark. I love Mark. That's where the kid is. But it's interesting that Matthew, Mark, and Luke all have lace days, which is interesting. So you're like, okay, so all these 3, whoever wrote them, they're all talking about lace days, trafficker, lace day. All right. So why does that have that? Free speech, going to do a tour in the South. Oh, fucking nice. Yeah, I just showed a video where the premier of my state, so like the governor, you would say, of my state, said we don't have the same free speech laws we don't have the same free speech in America as America does. So we can't have people running around yelling all this racist abuse. And how much do we want to have on the street? I'm like, yeah, we don't have free speech. Fuck. Yeah, it's annoying. I actually went to America a few years ago, 2022. So I mean, if I can get in again after if they look at my socials after what I've said about Israel and Trump, good luck getting in. Because I know people from Australia have been stopped when they've been sent back from America, not let in. I know that. That was years ago too. So if I can, and I could do another one, like if there's another big thing you all get together, I'm like, yeah, I'm down to come back to the US, meet up with all you guys, do like bring up some text, do some readings. That'd be sick. People need to know. They fucking do. That's the thing. I don't think our politicians know what is in these texts. And so when you look at the Talmud and it says you can rape and execute a 3-year-old child and she's no more than an animal, I'm like, hello? That's putting an ethnic group below yours. So that is based on our laws in my state. That is hate speech. So you need to ban Judaism and Islam and Christianity while you're at it. If you're going to be consistent. If you're going to be consistent, but we know politicians, as I said before, they have double standards, which means they have no fucking standards. Yep. Australian Crusade, bro. I want to start a new political party called a Reset, or do something like New Australia or Reset Party, because like cull every politician, restart the system, because you can't have our fucking Prime Minister on $600,000 a year sitting there saying right-wing extremism is the problem when we've got Muslim rape gangs in Australia right now. What are you talking about? This is the world we're living in. And if we don't do anything, then you might as well just fucking either not be here or move into the country and build a bunker. What else are you going to do? Alright, as it's Good Friday, it is Easter over here. So where do we start? I'm going to pull up our favorite. I am on... Look, I'm in Matthew right now, because this is where the little fucking... Can't believe it. The prostitute identifies Peter as one of the followers of Jesus. It's like, hang on, what's an underage prostitute doing identifying Peter? Yeah. Jode Petros. See? Peter. Look, Paidiske said, you were with Jesus from Galilee. You were with Jesus. And he's like, nah, bro, it wasn't me. Wasn't me, ook. It wasn't me. And then another one comes up and says, you were with Jesus the Nazarene. Like, bro. He did deny me. You fuck. Alright, let's go. Oh, I don't have the English on this version, because this one I got is this is just one of the versions from a while ago. Because I went on to... I can bring it up on the... what's it called? Discord after LB tomorrow. Ledge. I haven't been on Discord for a while because I've been away. I'll go get back into all that shit. Look at my emails. Look at Discord. And I'll set up all that shit and I'll get back into it. I just had to take some time around... That's right. I'm back now. Alright, let's go our favorite. Let's go our favorite. Mark 14:48, and just read it, because I've read it so many fucking times. The middle bit, I'm a bit... I know it's like you were teaching in the temple, but 14, here we go. I fucking love this shit. 14:48, here we go. Kai apokrites o Jesus heipin autos. Hose pilei stein exaltate meta macaron kai xulon sulaben me. He said, as if I'm a lay stace, which we know is a trafficker, pirate trafficker, with these heavy weapons and clubs to arrest me. Your Discord, I'll ask the guys to send me a link to your Discord in the other one. Oh, you post the link on LB? Alright, no worries. Beautiful. Fuck, as if I'm a lay stace. Very interesting. And I just said the New International Version says, as if I'm a dangerous revolutionary, which is a fucking lie. And we give this international version, New International Version, we give that to our veterans. Okay? How fucked up is that? Laestes is not a revolutionary. That would be closest to Astasiastes, which I've shown before. Even Josephus says, is Astasiastes is a revolutionary or insurrectionist. So they're lying. And then we get the middle bit, where I was in the temple, teaching with you, and he didn't do shit. And then our favorite, oh my God, I can't. When you showed me this on Danny, I fucking lost my mind. I'm like, oh my God, everything makes fucking sense. Kai neaniskos tis suna kolothe, which is kolotheo in a different text, which autoi peribiblemenos syntona epigumno. Kai kratusen auton ode katalipon ten syntona gumnos efuvin. And neaniskos. Now we've had a look at that many times before, which is, and you look at the New Testament lexicon writers, they say it is a young slave, servant, so a slave. Young boy, slave. Tis is in the Byzantine text, which is a certain young boy slave who was attending to him, attending to him like a slave would. He was peribiblemenos, wrapped, covered, sindona, with a sindon, which is a linen bandage, epigumno, around, upon his nakedness. Now, you can say, what is nakedness? I would take that to be, well, what is back in the day? You would cover there around the lower waist area. Crucifying a lace on the tree. Esau, was that in your stream? I've record. Okay, what I do, I don't know if anyone knows, what I do with your streams, I screen record basically every single one, and I save it on a hard drive. So if anyone needs a stream or an episode, just ask me and I'll Google Drive it to you. So if anyone needs anything, I can Google Drive and send it to you on a link if you ever need. Because I think I'm thinking ahead, because I thought this information, I'm pretty sure if they didn't want it, they would cut it one day. And I don't trust YouTube and Google to keep this or any of my stuff or anything. So I download them, save them, or I screen record them, download them, save them, and then put them on my hard drive. So if anyone needs them, just let me know. And I've got a lot. I went back just a bit before the Danny Jones episode, so I've got a couple years worth of episodes. Yeah, but that's crazy. Crucifying a laces on a tree. It's everywhere, man. Oh, that's the fucked up thing. Now, this text, I'm pretty sure, comes from the Byzantine, because the tis is not in the Codex Vaticanus. And we've done that before. We've had a look at the difference between the Codex Vaticanus and the Byzantine text. So there are differences in it. And in this one, it says, and they arrested him. But in the Vaticanus, there is, it just says, I don't think it says they, it just says, and he was arrested. And then he left the bandage. That means he left the bandage, katalipon, dropped it, left it behind, the sindona, and he fled naked. So this is what I brought up with the two Christians who I work with, and they freak the fuck out. And they lose their minds. And they go, oh, you an atheist. Oh, how could you say this? I don't believe this. I'm like, hang on. Read it. This is your text, your religion, and what you believe. Why is it? See, they always shoot the messenger. The angelos. Don't shoot the angelos. Please. I'm just showing you. Jesus was arrested with a naked boy slave. I don't care what you want to say. Maybe he was 6, up to 12, up to puberty. Okay, whatever. I don't give a fuck. It's not a man. And we were saying before, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, based on the same thing. And I've been saying this since I was like 17. So that's why I feel like I needed this. Because you know what's interesting? I actually, before I went and studied what I did, like fitness and all that, I thought of going into seminary because I wanted to learn what's the original text. Because I didn't trust the English. I'm like, it had to be written in like an original. And I was like, trusting everyone. Oh, it's in Hebrew, obviously, because blah, blah, blah. And then years and years and years later, like, what's that, 2023, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, stuff about Jesus. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, that just fucking clicked and changed everything. Now, where is, look, blaspheming. That's right, it said he's blasphemy. Yeah, prophesy to us. They said, here we go. Pi Discon says multiple underage prostitutes. Fuck. Yeah, it is. That's the same bit with Peter. It's like, you were with the Nazarene called Jesus. He said, nah, bro, that wasn't me. But then the Pi Discon, oh, that's right. I was reading Matthew. That's right. Matthew was different. Pi Disca, hey. Amazing Greek rec. No, it's all down to you, man. Thank you. You showed me the way. As soon as I got the, as soon as I was able to, because I had a few life things going on, like 23, 24, 25, I was in a really, really serious relationship that I needed a lot of attention, you know, kids, abuse from another side, and I had a lot of shit that I was dealing with. So, but when all that ended last year, I'm like, all right, now I've got time to really fucking read this shit. So I started reading the textbook, and I'm like, all right, okay. And then I'm like, oh, okay, this is how this works, this is how this works, this is how that, oh, okay, it makes more sense now. The girls belong to the high priest. Yeah, what the fuck's he doing with them? Yeah, we know what he's doing with them. Yeah, the girls at the temple. For Galilee, I want the bit where he, Mark, no, not 16, 18, that's the snakes and the death poisons. I want 15, here we go. King of the Jews. See? And when I said to the same kid who I was talking to about his text, I'm like, yeah, but wasn't Jesus Jewish? I mean, it says they called him King of the Jews. And he's like, well, you say I am. Autos staros and duo leistas. He was crucified with two leistas. Leistas, yeah, it says duo leistas. Two other traffickers. So if he wasn't one, why would they crucify him with two others? Where's the bit I want? Here we go. He cried out in a great voice, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. Now, we broke down what the fuck was going on here because this is from the Byzantine text. And if you look at the videos I've done, you can, oh, one sec. Gotta run? No worries. Thank you for being here. And thank you for all your work you've done. You just fucking light me up. It's amazing. Take your month on. Look, I wasn't able to when you said it, but I think I can set up some time where I can go like really fucking nail down. All right, I'll talk to you. We can work it out. All right. You watch all my videos? Thank you. I watch all your shit too, man. TLG. Oh, see, for me to get the TLG, I'd have to fucking, yeah, send like, I don't know how you do that for over there. Anyway, I have to work that out too. But anyway, thank you. This is kind of like, yeah, Epstein getting done. Didn't, dude. I don't know, man. Is he the actual? Is that Pete dude him, or is that a fucking G up, bro? Can tell people about my life. Thank you. I'm gonna do as I've got a couple more. I've got about an hour and a half before I gotta go to work, so I've got a little bit more time. Yeah. Thank you. Goat doc, yeah, fucking oath. Goat, fucking speaking free speech, bro. Something that I can't fucking do. Otherwise, I go to jail for 2 years. Fucking terrorist, tyrannical state of New South Wales. Thank you. 66. Oh, wow. You can't believe you can read basic Greek, even the grammar is sinking in. Yeah. like once you nail down the first chapter and you get everything in order, you're like, oh, okay, nominative, genitive, dative, accusative. Okay, now I know the endings. I know this. I know. Okay, now I know how that's talking. That's talking. Okay, yes. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, going through end of chapter 2 or into 3, it's like it gets a bit like, I'm not quite sure what the fuck's going on with these endings, because it doesn't really describe it as well for me. I'm like, oh, I need someone to like really, yeah, oh, this, which, okay, cool. Hell, Dionysus, fuck yeah. So this is the Easter story. Jesus Christ. Oh wait, we gotta go back. We gotta go back to 14, where he is in the garden. Look, he's called Rabbi. Like, that's Jewish talk, okay? Oh no, thank you, sir. This rocks hard. Keep banging the Greek. I'm gonna do as much as I can, man. I fucking love this shit. Open my eyes to fucking the reality. Even if people don't want to see it, I'm still gonna fucking bring it. Where is it where he's ektam beistai kai hadamornen? Okay? He's in a state of fear while he's falling over in the garden, and he's confused. Fucking crazy, man. No one reads this shit. Gethsemane. Look how crazy that is. It's so amazing. People are like, can you read that? I'm like, yeah. Here it is. Ektam beistai kai hademonen. And he said he was stumbling around while he was off his fucking head, basically. That's what it says. I did it in one of my other videos too. Look, my soul, Hesuke mu eostanatu, is basically going into death. What the fuck is the dude doing tripping out when we know he was on the drugged bread? He's going through the right. And this is Easter. So he had Peter, James, and John standing watch. Look, otherwise we're going to get scandalized. Look, the Eucharist. Yeah, he's got the drug bread, the Eucharist. My body. See, I've read a little bit of this. Okay. My blood. Amen. Lego Rumin, I'll say to you. In the kingdom of God. See, I can pick out words here, but the passages I've read over and over again, I can like do the whole thing, and that's just read more and look more at the text and the lexicon. It's like reading when we started reading English in school. Just read more of the dictionary and you'll learn more of the fucking words, and just keep reading text. Yeah, we're gonna get scandalized. Galilee, Peter. All right, let me bring it up with the English. Imagine how many people, yeah. I'll see if we can bring it up on where they have the English and the Greek. Because this is the story of today. Tomorrow, actually, what's the time over there? Only 4 more hours on the East Coast, and it'll be 4 a.m. on Good Friday when Jesus was, from, I don't know if it's around 4 a.m., but it's like, think about it. How much time passed between when he was arrested and then when the cock crowed? Like, and that happens, what, like 5:30, 6? Depends when the sun comes up at the time of year, April. So it might have been a few hours. So you got a few hours until it's the exact time when he was arrested, based on where you are. Oh yeah, 30 pieces of silver. That's what Judas betrayed him for. Now this is no, I'm in Matthew. I want Mark. Mark 14. Let's just bring up Mark 14. Why would you be scandalized? Yeah. Oh, because there's a little kid that's going to be with us. And make sure no one sees him. Otherwise, we're going to get scandalized and I'm going to get arrested for being a lace stace. That's why I got to say, I'm not a lace stace. See, the way Danny said that on Joe Rogan, I'm like, he didn't give it the weight it deserved. He said, oh, when Jesus was arrested, he was like, I'm not a lace stace, whatever, or whatever, traffic, or whatever that word means. I'm like, dude, you're on Rogan. You should have been like, look at the text. Jesus was arrested with a naked kid. It says it. He was a slave. Look at this. It says Mark 14, and you bring up the text right there in front of Rogan, and you say, where's Huff's bullshit? Talking shit. He's reading Greek, but is he reading, like, is he telling you what it actually says? No. It's just the way Danny did it on Rogan was like, it's kind of weak. It's like he didn't hammer it home. He just kind of mentioned shit. There we go. Scandalized. Rabbi kissed it. Here we go. 1451. Young men. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up on my other screen the Vaticanus, because I want to show you the differences from this to the Vaticanus. There's so many different Vaticanuses too. Like, you can watch my last couple of videos on that. Like, I show, like, here's what this one says. Here's what this one says. Codex Vaticanus. I don't know if I want do I want Maya's one? Because you can read it easier. I'll show you the original. Just because, like, it's cool to look at. And if you want me to pull up the other one that's easier to read, just let me know. But I like how how this is written. Luke, Mark 14. Here we go. Okay, so we're looking at this one. Leo Lanzagami. I'll have a look at that name. Thank you. No, it was 14. 6 to 31, so it's the next page for me. Okay. Let me pull up this one. Oh, no. Isn't that 30 pieces an allegory? Well, it says it in the text that it was 30 pieces of silver. So I'm just saying what the text says. Now, this is the Codex Vaticanus. Now, we know the other one says they arrested him, so there's more. So we can see it here. Well, because I've read it many times, I can, I know where it starts. So it's, because you got metamachairon here. And you have, it starts here. Because like autois, hos, epi, leistes. See, this is different. This is leiste. It looks like a C, but say leistes. It's exceltate o autois, because they use this sigma, like it looks like a Byzantine one, so it's a C. It looks like a C in English, but it's a sigma. Hos, epi, leistes. They cut it off, so they just put leiste. Excel. See, and I had to put this in my last video because I thought these are omicrons, but they're actually thetas without the cross in the middle, which they should have it. I'm like, who fucking wrote this, man? You're just confusing everyone now. Exceltate meta makai, and they put the AI here so you can read them, but they didn't put the S on the end of the other one, or the N, the new on the other one. Kaik sulon, sula ben me. Okay, and then we get kai. Fuck, I want to do it now. But we're here. We're the kai neanis gostis suna koluthe auto peri biblemenos in dona epikuno kai kratusin auton. See, it doesn't have. Let me pull up the other one. 50. 52 and compare them. Oh, I might do this. No, what's that? Kind of in this guy's things I'm gonna let that. Oh, alright. No, it's still there. Tis. Sune kote auto peribig menos indona ebiguno. Oh dear. No, it's the same. The cult was all about branding. Yep. This goes this. See, they put a little alpha there at the end because it's gone too far. Oh, de Catalipon Sindona Gumas Efugen. Oh, well, this is no, because I'm looking at the one from the Perseus Tufts, so I need to go look at the other one. He was crucified on a straight pole. The other ones, Jesus was not on a cross. Dude, oh, what's that movie? There was a movie on. Oh, fuck. They crucified. It was like they looked Japanese, I think. They crucified these dudes, and the crucifixes were placed in the water, like in the ocean, so the water would fucking come up and like it would drown you as well, but over time, and you're stuck there while you're. I'm like, damn, that is crazy. Crucify someone while they're in fucking water, in the ocean. Let me move that. Let's see if I can pull that. So we got both on the same screen. Oh no. Anyway. That's right. So that's the Vaticanus. And I did a bunch of that on the last few videos. And there's someone else's translation of it, and he puts, oh, that's where I came from, because we were at Sabachthani. And it says in the Vaticanus, Sabachthani. So I'm like, hang on. The Codex Vaticanus, which is the oldest and most reliable according to AI, says something different to the Byzantine text. Like, what are we fucking doing? So Jesus was arrested. This is the story of Easter. Okay, all you Christians, this is the story of Easter. Jesus was at a party with his boys who were underage, because we know that when he went to pay the tax to go into the city, into the town, whatever, he paid the tax for him and Peter, who looks just like on the edge of like 16, 17, 18, like you'd have to pay the tax for. It was just him and Peter. None of the boys needed to pay the tax, which means they weren't of age. So we know they're underage based on the text. So he was with a bunch of kids while he was doing his mystery rites. Then he got arrested with a naked kid while he was in the garden, while he was stumbling over, while he was fearful and amazed. He was in a fearful, amazed state while he was... Now, you don't just stand there in a fearful, amazed state if you're just chilling. You got to be on something, which makes sense. So the text is saying he's fucked up. So Jesus is fucked up on drugs while he's trying to get an antidote from a naked boy slave. And then he gets arrested while he's saying, I'm not a leistes, which means a child trafficker. And then he is crucified with 2 child traffickers. Now, what happens a few days later? What happens? He, let's pull up Mark 15. Because there's another Neoniskos in the tomb after. Now, I think it's in 16, because this is saying Barabbas was a leistes. But then there's another one that says, I think it's in John, that says Barabbas was a Stasiastes. Or he was with them. See, this is Sabachthani, so it's not using the Vaticanus. It's interesting, isn't it? That they want to use Sabachthani. Why is there... there was a fucking new... okay. There was... Sean Ryan had a dude on his latest episode today talking about the Codex Vaticanus. That's why I was watching a little bit of it, and all he was doing was bringing out, here's a coin from the 1st century AD. Here's this from... He was bringing out artifacts. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but what are you going to say about the Vaticanus? I'm like, I didn't stay to watch because I'm like, I'll watch it later, see what he says. But you want to talk about the Vaticanus? Why is it the most reliable one, apparently, when everything else in the other side, the Byzantine texts say one thing, the Vaticanus says something else. And when I did my videos on that, it says the researchers who were looking at the Vaticanus said, hey, this is weird. There's differences in the Vaticanus. That's why they were questioning it when they were looking at it and researching it. They're like, this is different to what we've seen. So why is the Vaticanus so fucking different? But the AI is telling us it's the most reliable. That's what I'm questioning. Like, what the fuck's going on? That's all. It's Mark 16:8, I'm pretty sure. Mark 16:8. I'll be able to... look, Mary Magdalene. What's a Magdal? What's a Magdal? Okay. James is Jacob, which is interesting because you would think that's Jacob. There we go. I'll just read it for you because I've done it before. And when they rolled this stone away from the tomb, and the Neoniskon was sitting there while he was clothed in a white robe. And they were amazed. Exethambeteson. It's a fucking long one. So look, here, let's see how Ode lege autos me ekthambestai. And it was amazed. Jesus, the Nazarene. Okay. So what is it? What does it say in this English translation? No, I'm gonna do a video, or I gotta do a stream on this, because look at this shit. Like, how can you tell me that this website, which holds all these ancient texts, not all of them, a lot of ancient texts, especially the Bible, look when the fucking translation was 1901. How in 2026 have we not got an updated translation on this, which is more accurate? Like, hello, why don't we do this like every, even 100 years? Fuck, we could have done one in 2000. Oh, let's update this, because our English changes over time. So we can have a 1901 version, we can have a 2000 version, we can have a 2020, we can have different versions, but this is what they're doing with the New International. But it's like, no, we're not talking about biblical studies changing the definitions of words. We're talking about, what does it actually say? Let's get back to as close as to the original as we can. Because 1901, you're going to have a completely different kind of English with some things. And what does it say? Here we go. As they rolled the stone away, entering the tomb, they saw a young man, Neoniskos, which we know is a young boy slave servant, sitting on the right side, dressed in a white robe, and they were amazed. He said to them, don't be amazed. You seek Jesus the Nazarene, who was crucified. He's risen. Now, you got to stop, because if you're like a Christian, one of these Christians, just walking through this text and going, just reading, blah, blah, they went to the thing, and there was a young man sitting there. Hang on, stop right there. What the fuck is a Neoniskos doing in the tomb? What is a Neoniskos doing in the tomb already? How the fuck did he get in there? Did he roll the stone away himself? Doubtful. And why the fuck is he sitting in there in a white robe? Oh, that means he's an initiate. And then how do you bring Jesus back to life? Yep, exactly. Good luck. Templars licking... Dude. 100%. But that doesn't make sense. Like, what's a kid doing inside the tomb already, and how did he get in there? Okay, someone must have let him in there or helped him get in there. And this, so there we go. Here's Easter. He was risen. And they want to pull this whole thing. Oh, Jesus rose from the dead. It's like, well, he was in a death state on drugs that make him, that put you into a state that people believe you're dead. Like, we see that all over the text, and other people, they're like, oh, look, the guy's dead. It's like, no, he's not dead. He's just in a death state because of what he's been taking. And then he comes back. It's like, oh, he came back from death. It's like, yeah, you know that because he had the antidote. This kid had to give it to him in the tomb. How else did it happen? It says it right there, Mark. Down with Jehovah. Of the New Testament, been checking the Mahabharata. The New Testament, like, it's interesting to read for just a straight up text to be like, okay, what does it say, and how do you look at this and go, oh, they're talking about medicine, they're talking about healing, they're talking about this and this and how it worked in the first century. I'm like, okay, if you look at it for the historical record that it is, and then you put it in context with the time it was written and look at everything that was happening around it in the other ancient Greek texts, you're like, oh, they're talking about normal shit that was happening every day. You got the Jewish text, you got Josephus saying the same fucking thing, talking about death-inducing drugs in Jewish texts. It's like, I've shown that so many times before. It's like, it's still talking about the same thing. Archaeologists funded by the church. That's a real fucking problem, isn't it? That's a real fucking problem. Oh, I haven't watched Carlson for a bit. Randall for a bit. I watch him on the Netflix with I watch him on Rogan, the Netflix show with Graham Hancock and that. But I'm like, yeah, because he goes into deep shit, and I'm like, whoa, too much for me. Like, not that I don't like it or I don't want it, but it's just like, okay, the Templars, and then I'm like, all right, Skull of Christ. Oh, that's interesting. Claims to have decoded. They say it was Mary Magdalene's brother or cousin. Okay. Who they found. Okay. And look, it says it right here. When he had risen early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene. Mary is the most important. Mary's the most important, according to this, because he went to her first after he rose. Mary is the most important disciple. He cast out 7 demons. Now, holy fuck, that reminded me of something. Boris Stapper, what's up, man? I'll hit you up later on the Discord, and I'll let you know what's going on. Yeah, I've been away for a bit, but thanks, man. Now, I watched a show, of course, on the fucking Real Fake History channel about Jesus and healing people. I clipped it because I wanted to make a video because there was a historian saying in the first century, they didn't... I can't believe it. Armin, you would fucking love this shit too. If oh my god. A historian that teaches in like some university in the US, I can't remember which one. He said the way they cured people wasn't through, I think it was hospitals or medicine, it was through religion. And I'm like, bro, you fucking know nothing. You're a historian. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. He's the one that said, oh, they didn't have medicine or hospitals. I'm like, they're in the first century. I'm like, bro. Yeah, I know Galen's like second, third, but like, hello, it's only 100 years. You think he didn't know any of that information before? They didn't have any information before? Look at all the healing temples. Stupid fucking people who are teaching history that don't know anything on a Real History channel. That was my first video coming back with Cleopatra. Real History channel has PhD philologists that don't know the fucking texts. Now that's even worse because they're classicists and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. This dude's a historian, so he wouldn't have read the original Greek text. He wouldn't know about this. He's just saying this is how they did it back then. They cured people not with medicine and hospitals, but with religion. Oh, fuck me. Oh, history teachers, fuck. I think he's been on like Ancient Aliens and shit too before. Did anyone watch the movie Mary Magdalene with Joaquin Phoenix as Jesus? And Peter was Chiwetel Ejiofor. That movie, I'm like, I got that movie because they made it into Mary was the number one. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It says it in the fucking text right here. And then they put some stuff from the Book of Mary, which if anyone's read the Gnostic text, you read the Book of Mary. I've got a bunch, like a few books, but it's all in English because it's so fragmented that they have like a little bit and then it's so cut out and then it's a little bit and like it's hard to read because there's not much in there and they're talking about the Gospel of Mary Magdalene is like they're talking about different not energies but like it's very Buddhist. If you look at the Book of Mary Magdalene and you go to the Buddhist text, you're like, hang on a minute. They're talking about the same thing. And I'm pretty sure it was like with the... I'm trying to remember. I haven't read it for a while. But there was a very direct correlation between something that was in the Book of Mary Magdalene and some Buddhist texts that are talking about the exact same things. And I'm like, oh, hang on. And then when you know that the apocryphal texts like Bart and James and all these other ones, they're talking about how they went to India. And I'm like, of course. They would have had some connections with different ideas and ideologies. And I'm pretty sure they would have had that before because although the Silk Road and like they traded and a lot of people traveled through that area. So they would have had like where do you get all these different ideas from? Yeah, people traveling. But it was very interesting to see that the Book of Mary and Gnostic text has some correlations between some Buddhist stuff. I'm like, okay, that's very interesting. I want to go back and have a look at it, actually. No, I don't have it on here. I've got to pull it up somewhere else. I might have a look at that again, and I might make a thing on that, make a video on that. That's cool. It's so fucking hard. Do a Bible. It's so much writing. It's just so much. Didn't know there was a movie about her. Yeah, it was on Netflix and then they took it off. So I recorded it. So I've got it. You like Joaquin Phoenix? Yeah, he played it. It was an interesting take on Jesus. I'm like, yeah, sure, it's the same stuff. And then you get the normal skip over the stories. And I'm like, I'm so pissed. Dude, I'm so pissed that the new movie with Mel Gibson's coming out and they want to talk about how he's so against Hollywood, how he's this stuff. I'm like, yeah, but if he really wanted to go to the originals, he wouldn't have done it in Aramaic. He would have done it in Greek. He would have looked at the Greek texts. But maybe he doesn't know about them. Because if he does this new movie, The Resurrection of Christ, and he reads the fucking text right here, there was a little boy in the tomb with him when he came back. This is the resurrection. Dressed in a white robe. Like, do you think any of this is going to be in there? No. Yeah, the fucking first one was in Aramaic, remember? Passion of the Christ was in Aramaic. And they had subtitles in English. Yeah, he's Catholic. I know, but everyone wants to say, oh, he's going against Hollywood and he's using all these different... Like, yeah, but read the Greek. It's like, I would have loved to have seen the Passion of the Christ and him getting arrested with a naked kid. They just put like Mark 14 before it comes up, and then people start reading it and it's like, all right. Let's start watching it and it's like, oh, hang on. What's a little kid doing there with a wrapping around his waist? And then Jesus is stumbling in the park And like The Chosen can get fucked. Like that's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. The Chosen is so stupid. Like they've got all these guys. Like the fucking text, I already told you. They're all a bunch of kids except for Peter. It says it in the text. All these TV shows and these movies that these people are fucking doing have nothing to do with what it actually says. It's just the Englishified version, which right here. But we need this version. Neoniskon. Okay, what's the Neoniskon? They're gonna say young man. It's like, okay, well, let's go to what a Greek writer says about it. Well, he says it could be Napios too, which means infant to puberty. So fuck. And we look at what the Jews were doing back then, and they're still doing now, and what their texts say. It's like, well, they were dealing with infants as well. So it makes sense. All right, let's go to the snakes and drugs. Let's go to snakes and drugs because that's what we love. Love this shit. 16:18. Mark 16:18. See, this bit isn't actually in this text, so they got it from another text because it's in a bracket. Kai en tais hersin. Ofes arusin kantanasimon. Hey, Blapse. You will not be. All right. You lift up snakes and drink the Thanasimon, which is the death-inducing drug, which Josephus fucking writes about. So they're lifting up snakes and drinking death poisons, and you won't be hurt. Doesn't that mean that he has something in his body, blood already, that is counteracting or balancing the the serpent venom and the death drugs? That's exactly what it's saying. Think of it medically. Just think of it medically. It makes sense. And his name is Iesus. He's a fucking healer. This pisses me off so much. It's like, I tell all these people this, all these Christians this. It's like, this is what it says. And they're like, ah, la, 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 la. They just want to believe whatever the fuck they want. I'm like, look, that would be okay if you weren't, or people who were Christian and shit didn't run the fucking world. Jews and Christians, and if they didn't run the world, it's fine. But if you want to believe what you want, fine. Go live in Israel and believe a fucking lie. But if you tell someone the original text says this and they don't want to believe it, it's like, bro, what's fucking wrong with you? Cradle of civilization, 100%. Yeah, I don't think they know. There's such, you think about it, how much evidence did we fucking lose throughout history that we're never gonna fucking have? How many skeletons have been dissolved and gone over the years and decades and millennia that we're never gonna find? Like there could have been who knows? There could have been some skeleton that goes back fucking 500,000 years or 1,000,000 years. Even isn't it goes back to 2 now? Haven't they found something that goes back 2 million? What if there was something? Think of this. Okay, 65 million years ago, 66 nearly. Yucatan, bang, giant fucking comet, asteroid, whatever, destroys the dinosaurs. Now, isn't it strange that the whole lizard people thing is interesting? Because what would happen if dinosaurs, yeah, they all wiped out, but what if some of them, like this gets fucking crazy, right? What if some of them were able to live through that and then evolved? Like, is that fucking crazy? Is it that crazy? Like, how much evidence would you have? Especially if they were like down south or in the earth caves, which is apparently where they all fucking hide. Maybe. But we've had 66 million years of evolution. And then we come. Like how early do we have the first evidence of us? How early? We don't know. That evidence is probably gone. Jim Caviezel went wacko. He was in that movie. It's very interesting when you see a movie come out and then Hollywood doesn't push it because he made that movie about trafficking, and that was a fucking legit movie about trafficking and shit. I'm like, whoa. No wonder that they didn't want that movie out, because that they could have done more, but it was very interesting, very confronting. But they could have done it. There was a certain story based on a kid from Honduras, like kids from Honduras. I'm like, okay, so they're making it South America. You got to find them in South America. But they could do another one where they just blitz it and go, yeah, just make a remake of Epstein and Maxwell and just show everyone, just like pretend. You can use AI today. I bet you AI is going to change fucking everything, where anyone could type whatever the fuck they want out and you make it. No one is going to know what is fucking real anymore. No one. But that means we can make movies and stories and shows or whatever the fuck we want, and we can actually make it look like here's what actually happened. Because here's the stories, here's the evidence, here's the files, whatever you want to call it. And we're just going to make a movie based on what it all says. And we show what the allegations are, what Trump was doing with a 13-year-old. It's like, whoa. Like, I can pull up a photo, but I don't want to right now because I'll get fucking banned. That everyone, I don't know if everyone's seen it, the TMZ photo with former Prince Andrew with a fucking baby, like sitting on a carpet, and he's there on his all fours like this. Like, bro, how is he not? How are we still sitting here after we know all this shit and not executing these people? Why? Because they're all fucking royalty? I don't give a fuck. They shouldn't be. That's what royalty gets you. Free flights, free landing spaces in the fucking RAF base over in bloody Britain, where Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein just got to fly into the RAF bases, whatever, because Andrew was there meeting up with him. So you didn't see it? Go TMZ Prince Andrew baby. Fuck, man, it's so fucked. Chewie's working on a movie about Mark Fontaine. Yes, that's what we need. That's what we fucking need. Beautiful. And put Mark 16 in there as well, where, you know, or actually 14 to 16. If you just put the end of Mark, that would be perfect. 14, a little bit of 15, where he's on the cross and getting crucified with a lace tie. And then 16, where the naked kid is there, that we just saw. And then we get 18 right here. 16:8, and then 16:18, where he's talking about death in juices and lifting up snakes. It's like, oh, it all makes fucking sense now. Serpents, drugs, and death in juices, and bringing people back to life. And like, how many times have we read this shit, man? It's crazy. Jesus Christ. The Christ. You're the Christ, the one, no, you're the Messiah, the one they call Christ. That's what it says. And like, I was reading this before we started, and I'm like, oh, are you the Christ? You're the Christ? See, it's not Jesus Christ, it's the Christ. It says it, they're saying it. Are you the Christ? Prove it to us. Count of Monte Cristo, fuck, I haven't watched that in a long time. Grab him by the pussy. Yeah, I remember that. That was ages ago. I remember that shit too. What's up? Man, glad I got to tune in. Yeah. I'll be doing more, because I was held back by this, and I was like, okay, how can I get through this with all this fucking censorship, all these hate speech laws? But you know what? Fuck it. Do what we gotta do. If it's see, based on the truth defense and based on quoting, there we go. Horrors beyond normal comprehension, bro. Where we're living right now is, I don't even fucking know. I don't even know, honestly. And reading all these texts and listening to all these stories of these satanic rituals and abuse, I'm like, what? And like my own experiences with like outside of normal stuff and like having things happen. It's like, that's what I was always like. I always pissed off my my mom, because she was always like doing the normal, when I was younger, like a teen, it's like, oh, I need you to get a job, you're gonna do this. I'm like, I always had that in me. I'm like, why? Why the fuck do I have to do this like everyone else? Why? What? Who cares? I've always been the one that said, if you ask anyone, I've always been like, who fucking cares? Money is not my drive. And I'm like, all these people doing shit for money. I'm like, oh, that's not what drives me. It's like, this shit does. Clearly. But I've always had that in me. I'm like, this, all the stuff that everyone else is driven by, I'm like the opposite. Bro, I'm down for that shit. Like, we even know that cow shit grows in cow shit, and then they would have been. How else do you get a doubling of the brain size over like 2 million years, or like a certain amount of time? Yeah, it was like doubling of the human brain in a short amount of time. It's like, what happened there? And then have you ever looked into like the FOXP2 gene? I don't know if it's bullshit because it was on Ancient Aliens fucking years ago, but I'm like, just look into it. I don't know. The FOXP2 gene, apparently, back when I was watching that, they said that that gene for language came out of nowhere. And it's, hang on. Does that mean we were genetically altered? Because what would you need to have a species that can communicate? You'd need language. Yeah. So if that gene wasn't in us before a certain period of time and then it appears, that would prove that we were given it, wouldn't it? Like, it evolved like that? I don't think so. That's not how that works. Lazarus, that's what I wanted to bring up. Lazarus, I was thinking about that. Thank you. He wasn't dead. He even said, no, bro. He's just, he looks like he's dead. And then he Christs him, brings him back to life. Like, what is a Christ? Luke, what is a Christ? Well, it can be a drug and it can be an application of a drug. Oh, bro, don't even know, because it'd be the, there was a, okay, Rendlesham Forest. Anyone know that shit? Look up Rendlesham Forest incident, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, sure, it's from Ancient Aliens, but every time I've watched that show, I've been like, okay, what are they saying, and what can I verify? I'm not just like, all right, that's what it is. I'm like, okay, so what did it say? There was a craft that landed near a UK base out in the forest, and the dude touched the craft, and then he had a download, and it said this thing came from like thousands of years in the future to like look and observe humanity. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck's that about then? So if you can travel in time, then why wouldn't they be able to import some DNA if they wanted to progress us in a certain way that they wanted to? Why not? You know about it? Yeah, fucking oath. Oh, why the fuck is every billionaire motherfucker making bunkers if they don't think... What are they preparing for? Why? What are they preparing for? What do you need a bunker under the newborn? Like, and you got Zuckerberg out in bloody Hawaii making a bunker, buying millions of dollars of land, acreage that the Hawaiians are like, bro, that's our fucking land, and we just sold it to this fucking white guy. I don't care if he's a billionaire. It's like, what? What the fuck? What are they preparing for, and why are they doing it? When all the billionaires of the world start doing this, it kind of makes you think like, hang on a minute. What do they know? What do they know that's coming? Well, maybe if the UAP shit gets released and that senator or whatever is right, that humans just like, they say fuck you when you turn over the whole system, maybe all the billionaires are going to want to hide in their bunkers. And then we retake the earth. All right, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Let's release all the fucking files. Epstein, UAPs, Kennedy, everything. You know what's going to come out? Yeah. Sun's turning blue. Do you mean our sun? You mean the sun? Blue Kachina. Sounds like Kaching. VMAT 2 Gene, the God gene. What the fuck? Yeah, yeah. I don't know about Gene, but there are people. I think they did a I don't know if they did a genetic test or something. There was some test that like some people are wired to believe in like what they just follow what they believe and like believe in this shit. I'm like, and then some people just aren't, and I guess like I'm the one that's not, one of the ones that's not. But it makes sense that why now these people who I give them the reality, they just can't fucking fathom it. And they're just like, no, my programming is what I was brought up with, and I was taught this, and I can't think of anything else than that. Even though the reality is different. 2040, Phoenix will return. Cause major damage. Dude, there's so many, like Apophis. What about Apophis? Apophis is supposed to come back in like 2036, is it? Dude, they're already fucking doing it. I just showed this. I don't mean to go like that at you, but I'm like, they're already doing it. Like, what's his name? Fucking, what's the dude? Oh my god, I can't even remember. Netanyahu. Fuck. I don't even want to think about the cunt. Netanyahu saying, we're bringing the Messiah, but it's not going to happen next week. So that's what they want. Well, it's not Jesus, but in their case, the Messiah. And yeah, the Zionist Christians are all doing the same thing. We want to bring back the... But they're not working for the same thing, which doesn't make fucking sense right now. Israel wants to... Well, we know. They want to destroy Al-Aqsa, and apparently they're going to do a false flag on Al-Aqsa, say it's Iran. I'm like, no one's going to believe you at this point. No one's going to believe you. Everyone's going to say it's a fucking false flag. So... But this is what brings about the third temple. Al-Aqsa gets destroyed, however that is. They rebuild the temple, the Messiah comes. What if that Messiah does come and it's not Jesus? Then all the Christians are going to look like fucking retards. Now, flip it. The Messiah comes and it's Jesus. All the Jews are going to look like fucking retards. And then everyone who didn't, all the atheists. Could you imagine that actually happened? Just think about that. It's not real. It's not actually going to come back like that. That's not how that happens. Unless, fuck me, I don't know anymore. Shit I've experienced on mushrooms, I don't fucking know anymore. We're talking mushrooms, yeah. We are talking, exactly. But just think, okay, just throw everything out. Imagine that some Messiah comes and it's not Jesus, then all the Christians are fucked. And the Messiah comes and it is Jesus, and all the Jews are like, well, fuck. And then Jesus comes and says, you're a bunch of fucks. I told you you're a bunch of fucks back then, and I'm telling you you're a bunch of fucking... What the fuck would that world be like? If that actually... No, what it looks like, the reality is going to happen. No Messiah. They destroy the temple, they destroy it. Well, I don't think they would be able to. I think, honestly, let's talk about, like, actual politics right now. Real world fucking geo shit. If they destroyed Al-Aqsa, Iran would level the fuck out of Israel, or whatever they have. They would throw everything they have at Al-Aqsa, because it's gone now. So they would level the fuck out of that place. Honestly. Just think, what's the next move? Xenu? Fuck off. But... what would happen? Iran would level that place because there's no more mosque. Every Muslim country would probably lose their shit as well. I mean, Saudi, they got Mecca, so maybe not. But anyone who was siding with all the Palestinians and all the Iranians would fucking lose their shit and then go, fuck you. We're going to destroy whatever we can in Israel. I mean, yep, they're going to bring that about on themselves. And then what happens? The US just sends in more shit. Maybe... Dude, I don't see it going anywhere. Once Al-Aqsa goes, if that happens, I don't see it going anywhere else than... I don't want to say it, but... You know where it looks like it's going. One of the big ones. Who would drop that first? You know who would drop that? Okay. Israel would launch fucking nukes 100%. If they felt like they would get fucked up too bad, they would probably launch them. Probably. And then everyone's gonna be like, no, 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 no. I don't even want to fucking go there because it's like, what happens after the first one goes? Everything's fucked. It's all gone. But that's where we're at. We're going back to Cold War days. We're right there. We're actually fucking back there. Like half of Israel, maybe not half, but more. Israel's Samson option. Israel's they're literally living in fucking bunkers in Israel while the US goes to send soldiers to die for Israel, and they're not even sending their own soldiers because they're spreading forward into Lebanon and other fucking places. It's like, what? Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we allowing them to do this? Because everyone says, oh, anti-Semitism, shut the fuck up. You're not allowed to say anything bad about us. It's like, well, we're past that point now. So I know it's in a really fucking sad state because the people in Israel, the people who are not following the religion and not like, oh yeah, we want this, just normal people who are living in Israel that are going to get fucked up by this. It's shit. I'd prefer them, as I said before, hey, if you don't want to be a part of this shit, come here or go to another place. Like, come here. Don't be a part of it. But, and then just, okay. All right, let's go here. The solution for all this is anyone who wants to not live there while all this shit's going down, move somewhere else. Anyone, any Jew, any Muslim, all go back to your countries in the Middle East. Have your fucking holy war. Do what you want. Whoever wins is whoever wins, and you get the whole fucking, not Egypt. You don't get Egypt. Fuck that. Egypt's too important. You get from Gaza all the way up to fucking wherever you want in the Middle East. So below Turkey, all that, Syria, all that. You get all that. Okay? Done. And we're going to take back Pakistan because you guys can fucking move up northwest too because you guys are crazy. All the Muslims. It's like, no. You guys move into a separate area so India can get that land back. But yes, that is actually a good idea. No, actually, but no one's going to really be affected by it outside that area. So if you just send all the Muslims and Jews and Christians, whoever want to fight, you just send them all to a certain area, designate the area. Here we go. Here's your fucking area. You can do whatever you want, use whatever you want, and whoever wins, you get that land. So if you use nukes and you fuck up the land, then that's on you because that's what you get. But I'm for that. Go to your fucking lands, have your holy war, bring your Messiah, and then live your life out there in the Middle East. Everyone else in the West, we're going to restart and reset civilization and start again. Because I'm fucking sick of this shit. We can still have the texts and read them for historical documents and what they are, what they did, how they were used for the last 2,000 years to fuck us all over. But we're not going to live by these fucking barbaric laws anymore, these religious texts. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. We're not having a text that says, I can rape and execute a 3-year-old girl. And then another one that says, Jesus was arrested with a naked boy. And then another one that says, I can marry another girl and execute anyone. It's like, no. Fuck you. Go away. Leave the West alone and then take it back to what it should be. We're done. That's the solution. But they can't move outside of that area anymore. Yeah, you can go travel and stuff, but you're not allowed to live outside of your radioactive area. That's it. That's my solution. Some religious rules for Satan. We're gonna, just as long as you're not gonna abuse fucking kids, and you don't see people below. Well, what's the main rule? Don't be a cunt. Don't hurt anyone. Don't fucking hurt anyone. Don't do anything to anyone against their will. That's basically it. Like, sacred music, drugs, and sex. Like, sure. And it's not forcing people into it. It's if you're see, that's the problem. If you're gonna bring people up in it, then it can kind of be a because it's like the kids don't really have a choice if you bring them up in it. So it's like we're gonna have to, but then it doesn't work. It's really tough with that old. But they don't use. We would have to restart the mystery though, and we don't really have the technology for that right now. Don't be a cunt. Yep, the only rule. But the actual thing is, I'm thinking, okay, if you wanted to take it back to ancient Greece, do we raise girls to be temple priestesses who are half virgin, half viper? Do we restart that? Or does it still, you're using kids? So I'm like, I don't know. If there's another way we can have the mystery but not have to use kids, I'm all for it. Like if you have people who are in a strict regimen but they don't, yeah, it's fucking hard. You'd have to wait until they're a certain, like, but it doesn't work because the age of this shit works. So like the ancient Greeks knew this shit. They knew the fucking physics and the chemistry of this, and it had to use kids because they were, it's so fucking crazy. That's the only bit I'm like, I don't know. People should know the truth about, yeah, they should. They should. That's what I'm trying to do. Show them the truth. That's what I'm telling everyone else. Go show anyone who's like a Christian already. Just show them the text. Show them the truth. It's not like, oh, fuck you, I hate you. It's like, no, just here's what it says. And if they fucking reject it, like I've had people reject it, like when I say it, I'm like, hey, it's just your text, man. Yeah, 3 Christians I brought up Mark. And they're like, I don't want to know about it. I'm like, what? Well, what the fuck do you stand for then? Nothing. I love, there's a singer, Poppy. I don't know if you know her. She sings, she's pretty heavy, she's metal. She's like, and one of the lines in her songs is, stood for nothing, so you fell for everything. And I'm like, that's exactly where we're at today. Exactly. I love her songs. I went and saw her in I think a month, Feb. I think she came out here in January, I think. It's a fucking amazing show. We don't have the ingredients. You know what I'm saying? If we could restart it and we know exactly what we have and what we can do, if there's a way we could do it without using kids, amazing. If there's not, then we're going to have a conversation. Men can't be in charge anymore. No, look, it's not about male, female. It's about the society we've been brought up with. Because the women, like, what did... Look, I just showed you. Ursula, good night. Ravenfly, hey, have a good night. Oh, yeah, because it's daytime of year. So I forget. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. But I showed you. Ursula von der Leyen, she said, she's the head of the fucking EU Parliament, whatever it is. She said, we are the values of the Talmud. I'm like, does that bitch know what the fuck's in the Talmud? It's not about a female. Yeah, I get it. We're divine from it. We got to restart everything, and then we can have that. It's not about, oh, just put a woman in. I think you guys understand that. Because, yeah, we've had female rules. Like, you have that Italian chick, Giorgia Meloni. Oh, bro. Yeah, she's cool. She's like, yeah, no, fuck you guys with your fucking bringing in your Muslim terrorists. Yeah. That's why I'm at the point where we need a reset, 100% reset. Yeah, 18. I don't know where did the 18 years of age thing start? It's weird because like our brains don't fully develop until we're 25. Yeah, she's got a song too. It's I can't remember the name, but it's like beg for forgiveness from Jesus the Christ, and apparently it's like a piss take. But I'm like, huh? Why would you say Jesus the Christ? That's interesting. I'm like, does she know? Because then she got a song about vampires and shit. I'm like, ooh, kind of feel like she knows some shit. And like she came up in the YouTube world when she was younger, so I'm like, yeah, she might know some shit behind the scenes of entertainment. I'm like, okay. Some of her songs, I'm like, okay. Her lyrics, I'm like, maybe she knows some shit. Brains are just receivers, yeah. And you can change the wave you're receiving anytime. Meditation, NDEs, psychedelics, fucking whatever you want, really. Women 25 and men are 30. Let's check. Okay. Well, this is the AI. See, this is all it is these days. As soon as you type in something, AI overview. What does it give you? I'm like, well, I've already shown that the AI is fucking bullshit when it comes to religion. So, I mean, sometimes it gets it right, but okay, PubMed. That's a study, 2013. 2013. It's an old study. Not that old, but you know, it says 25 here. But it does say on the AI, it says late 20s to early 30s. Okay. Okay. I'm fine with that. Mean age. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's why it's a fast our brain beat a certain size. Well, I don't know. Because if your brain was bigger, would that mean you have more ability? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's dependent on ratio of size, because how big was the T-Rex's brain compared to its body? That's interesting. Are you fucking serious? It says it was roughly the size of an Italian sausage or a large banana. That's fucking crazy. A T-Rex's brain was this big. What? That's fucked. Cranial modification, third ventricle larger. Oh, third ventricle, yeah. What? That's fucking crazy. The brain did not fill the entire brain case, occupying about 30% of the space, similar to modern crocodiles. Wow, that makes sense because crocodiles are close, very, very closely related. Like, there are ancient crocodiles that are fucking massive, and we have crocs here. You got, I don't know if you got some crocs over there. You got Nile crocs, yeah. Yeah, we know they had feathers, but they didn't fucking work that out until really, really late. That's why Jurassic Park's bullshit, but it's like fun to watch. Gemini AI, yeah. I don't know who to trust anymore with AI because they want to make a fucking AI overlord. Well, how big is a okay? Crocodile brain size. I didn't expect this to be going here. Crocodile brain size is roughly the size of 3 olives. Okay, biggest animal brain size. Dolphins aren't they? Oh, sperm whale. Because whale's fucking huge. Yeah, but T-Rex is huge. Okay. Largest brain, the organ fits in. Okay. African elephant. See, that's interesting because elephants, they look in the fucking mirror and they're like, oh, they're trying to work shit out. So that makes sense. And what's the thing where, what's dolphin brain size? That would be interesting because they reckon, remember the Simpsons episode when they made dolphins, like, the dolphins took over humanity? Like, did they predict some shit? Dolphin brains are among the largest in the animal kingdom. Well, I didn't bring it up before when I said what's the largest fucking... Oh my god. See? It doesn't give... Humans have a higher EQ. Dolphins have an EQ of 4 to 5 range, making them second in brain to body ratio. Okay. Very high cerebral cortex, often complex... See? Involved in complex information processing. And they got a paralimbic system for emotions. See, if I think that's right. If dolphins were living on land, That'd be very interesting. Maybe the dolphins are the aliens in the water. This is my. Oh yeah, octopuses got fucking heaps of shit. Dolphins episode was awesome. Yeah, I remember that one. That's fucking burning to my brain, that one. Start looking at all the science bullshit the same way you learn to look at the Greek. Oh, bro, I don't trust, like, these days. As I said, like, after my mushrooms, I'm like, all right, I'm resetting, resetting everything. Whatever the fuck happens is like, and then I've just been going into like, okay, what? I'm trying to connect the esoteric Greek stuff that I'm talking about, which is so fucking hard for me to grasp. It's the way I work. And then listening to people who have been brought up in it, and them saying, okay, here's what I experienced, here's what happened, and here's this as it happened. I'm like, okay, now it's starting to make more sense. Like all the esoteric, oh, this God and this happened and this, it's like, okay, but how does this work? And then I listen to someone who's gone through it modern day, and they're saying, like, exactly, we did this with this, and I'm like, oh, now I can kind of implant that onto past experience, like all this stuff, like what they're talking about. Look, daimonia, there's daimon. Are you atheist? No, I've been there, but after mushrooms, I'm like, bro, what? Anything's possible. I went to moksha, bro. I went to moksha. Your name's moksha. Like, if you think about moksha or nirvana, fifth dimension, it's all the same thing. All the light, just straight to the light. Orbs of diamond, yep. Florida man was arrested saying he was kidnapped by dolphins to build an underwater structure. Oh my god. See? I'm right. It's not the size, how you use it. Yeah. That's people. That's talking about people, because they don't use it. Yeah, I don't know. I think this whole whatever you want to call it, new shift we're going into with all these people in power, government saying the world's gonna fucking flip when everyone finds out the reality, the truth. I'm like, okay, whoa, how big is that? Like, how big is that reality? What the fuck is reality? What is actually happening? Like Josh says, his whole ethos. What the fuck is actually going on? Like, yeah, I feel that. Because like so many people, and I've had some experience with, like, when I was looking at it, you watch Netflix show and they're saying kids who experience past lives, all that stuff kind of goes away when you turn 7. And I've actually seen it firsthand with someone who was under that, and they were like under 7, and then they had this weird thing where it was like they were acting as if they were drowning or something like that was happening, but it was like they're completely fine. They're laying there and doing, it's fine, they're safe, everything. But it's like something happened. They flicked a switch in them, and they thought they were like in some state somewhere they weren't. Like, her eyes were just fixed to the roof, and she wasn't even here. She was like completely in some other place, and I'm like, holy shit. So then we got her back here, and it's like, okay, so what the fuck is that? If kids can experience things that are outside what we see up until about 7, and some people carry on longer than that if they're more hyper-connected, but usually around 6, 7 is when it starts to stop. I'm like, okay, well, what are they experiencing? Are they connecting to past lives or experiences that they've had that they can tap into? I'm like, it'd be better if you could tap into, like, knowledge instead of experiencing trauma. But that makes sense, because trauma is pretty fucking strong bond for memory. If you know that, then yeah, you can meditate into that. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm trying my best. It would be better if I could, like, I could pull up. Fuck it, I'll do it. I'll do it right now. Actually, I haven't got much. I gotta go to work soon, so I've got a little bit more time left. But I'll pull up Herodotus. You pull up Herodotus as soon as you fucking, and it's like, bro. That's why I'm pissed off listening to these fucking historians and all this shit going, oh, this is how the world works, and this is quoting this, and I'm like, bitch, open up Herodotus's histories, and it's like, trafficking. English. You're a fucking rock star. You're a fucking rock star. Thank you. You got Hesiod's catalog of women. Catalog of women. I got binders full of women. You remember that shit? I don't know if you remember that. That was Mitt Romney back in like, oh, was that the 2008 or the 2012 campaign? This is 2012, I think. He's like, I got binders full of women. Fucking funny. Because I was saying he doesn't have enough women in his cabinet, and he's like, I got binders full of women. Like, bro. Here we go. Herodotus of Halicarnassus' histories. Oh, I wanted to highlight that, but yeah, there you go. Now, what do we talk about? We start off with the Persians and the Phoenicians, Phoenicas. And then what are they talking about? They came to our seas. And then what did they do? In this, okay, the Persian, here it is. Where is it? Right here. In the beginning of fucking Herodotus' history. It's right here. They sailed in a long ship to Aea, a city of the Colchians. Now we know who was in Colchis, don't we? Yeah? Medea, baby. And to the river Phasis. And when they had done the business for which they came, they carried off the king's daughter. Herodotus opens up with fucking trafficking. Medea. Alright? And then when they sent a herald to demand reparation for the robbery, the Greeks replied, they want to abduct, they want to traffic someone else as, it's like, bro, it opens up with trafficking, and then they want reparations, and then they want to go, where is it? They want to steal, oh yeah, because it was like, what the fucking word I'm looking for? Revenge for taking Helen of Troy. I'm like, fucking hell. So it opens up with trafficking. So, yeah, that's what our history is based on. And it says it right there. And all these people who are saying, yeah, it's about, the 12 oracles. I don't know if it's 12 oracles, but it might be. Let me have a look. They say, the Phoenicians, they carried Egyptian, Assyrian merchandise. See, Assyrian merchandise coming from the east, Egyptian and Assyrian. Now called Hellas, Greece. The Phoenicians, carries the purple. Look at this. When their wares were almost sold, many women came to the shore, and among them the daughter of the king, whose name was Io, according to the Persians and Greeks. Daughter. And there she was bargaining. Most of the women escaped. Not all, most. Io and others were seized and thrown into the ship. Look, trafficking opens up. Herodotus' histories opens up with trafficking. Stealing women and trafficking. Fuck. It's like, alright, well, that's our history. And now it makes fucking sense why Jesus is saying, I'm not a laestace, and it makes sense contextually in the time it was written. There you go. That's history right there, Herodotus. Thank you very much. Bind is full of them. Yep. Alright. Alright, this was great. I got the East story, I got the fucking history, I got the laws. Oh yeah, this is how liberty dies. What is liberty? And I'm gonna end it with this because I gotta go. Liberty, English definition. The state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views. I do not live in a state that has liberty. Okay? I do not live in a state anymore that has liberty because we do not have free speech, as I was told, as we were all told by my state premier. We don't have freedom of speech. We don't live with liberty. We are, by definition, then, if we don't have liberty, we are oppressed because we have restrictions imposed by authority on our views. Okay? That's where we're living. We might as well be in fucking empire. That's where I'm at. I'm pretty sure if anyone else is in Australia, that's where we're at too. If you're in Queensland, fuck, good luck. But yeah, thank you everyone. I didn't think it was gonna be this big. Thank you everyone. That was a fucking banger. After going away for a while, having a reset. Now we need to take that and reset this fucking world. All right, let's do that. Let's reset this fucking place. See if I got any funny clips for you. Yes, I do have some clips. All right, let's just watch some funny clips to end up, and then I'm gonna go to work.
Oh my God, am I stoned?
Ooh, I love this one. I love this one. It's about drugs in the Bible.
And this is from Sirach. The Lord created drugs from the earth, and any smart dude doesn't look down on them, according to your holy books. God doesn't want you to say, don't do drugs. He just told you, I made them, and you're an idiot if you don't pay attention to their powers.
And our favorite one,
where it says whether it is the anointment or the drug drink.
Drug drink.
Yeah, whether anointment or drug drink.
So is it used as a drug term here?
No.
Can we give it credit for being here?
No, because it says the
or drug drink.
I'd have to read the context, but it looks like it's contrasting the thing that it'd be anointed on or the thing being drunk. Oh, okay. Unless the pharmacon.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
All right, thank you, everyone. I'll see you very soon. I'll try and do, I don't know, I might do one for you guys because you're, oh yeah, tomorrow we're going to hang out, see Armin after his stream. And then I got to check out the Discord. I'll do all that when I get home from work. Hey, it's 4:20. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, everyone.